good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, hello. It's actually not red, it's actually pink. It's giving red right now because that's what the world wants you to think, but it's actually pink. It's just very bright pink. It is a mixture of fuchsia and red and conditioner. So the color it came out as is fuchsia red. This is fuchsia red, but it's diluted, so that's why it's called pink. Toby. Oh, he's just drinking. Okay, he's allowed to do that. I thought he was going to try and eat the bird food because they drop stuff on the floor. Either way, I like it. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Candace. 98,800 people. Oh my god, we're close to 1,000 left. That's kind of insane. 99,000 is 200 people away. And that's only 1,000 people until we get to 100,000. That's crazy. Thank you for subscribing. If you are subscribed, if I have a speech impediment today, it's because I am deaf. Oh, and the glitching has begun. Let's take us a break. Turn off our mic. Alright, it looks like it's working. Good morning, good morning. Oh, a quick glitch. Hopefully it's okay. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, hello. Hi everybody. Let's hope that we have no more issues this morning. Oh gosh, it just dips down to 0. Come on, you. Don't do that. Don't screw with me that way, the internet. Come on back, internet. You can do it. Deep, deep breaths. It's very difficult to be my internet right now. Or my computer. Are we aware? Do we even really know who's doing it? Is it my computer? Is it the internet? Whomst among us really knows? Either way, click the thumbs up button because whenever we have these glitches, it drives me nuts, and it probably drives you guys nuts too. So click the thumbs up button on behalf of me, not on behalf of the glitching. Also, welcome if you're new. We get together Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. And if you're not new, then I hope you already knew that, and I hope that you click the thumbs up button. And that's all I have to say about that. And now we can get into what we're doing today. What we're doing today is knitting. I actually did start filming a video for this project. So we started knitting a baby doll dress on the last stream, and I got this far and I was like, it's so cute. I want to make another one on camera. Glitches, yuck. I know, right? I'm so sorry. The Yarn Room, good morning. Nice to see you. Glitches suck. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's my internet. Just breathe, they end, and then we have a fully smooth stream after that. I don't know what it is about, but it happens. Okay, so because I thought it was so cute, I decided to make it again on camera, but I'm making this one in Elizabeth's, wow, that's hard, Elizabeth's size. When I can't hear my S's, it's very difficult to say certain words. Anyway, I'm making one for a 1-year-old, and then I'm also making a 4T. Based on visual sizes, not based on anything sensible. I'm not like making sense of it. I think we will have weather issues. Do you think so? Why do you think so? I don't want weather issues. So this one is going to be for Elizabeth. It's going to be all bright, happy colors. So far I've got pink, creamsicle orange, and yellow. I did the top in crochet. I switched stitches on this one to the, what do you call it? The moss stitch. Let me show you what that looks like. See how cute that is? So that's the moss stitch. And then on the other one, we just did a straight single crochet, no moss stitch. Cute. I know we will here in Ohio. Is weather coming? You know, yesterday we had a snowstorm. Like a little one. We had like a little snowstorm yesterday, and I said to Alex, oh my god, I didn't know it was gonna snow. And then Alex said, yeah, it was supposed to snow. And then I was like, I haven't checked the weather in like weeks. It just happens to me now. I go outside and I go, it's cold. I haven't looked. Let's see. We have a snowstorm Sunday and Monday. Does it say how much snow we're expecting? 17 to 20 centimeters. That's a good chunk of snow. And then the next day, 5 to 6. So 25 centimeters. I mean, 25 centimeters is almost 12 inches. That's a lot of snow. Yesterday night, we did get a good... Why are you not connected, my dear? I've done nothing to anger you. Anyway, we did have a little bit of snow yesterday, but we're getting snow Sunday, Monday. So... I'm still fully deaf in my right ear. Super, really cool, really fun. And then my left ear's feeling pretty normal now, I think. And I'm still on antibiotics, and I still have a steroid nose spray. I'm uncomfortable not having my ability to hear. Okay. So, yeah, I'm working on this knit baby doll dress. Do you guys want to watch from above? Do you want to, like, see me knit? Or are you cool if I just knit and chat with you? What would you prefer? 2-camera system or just sit and chat? Oh, wait, before we sit and chat, I want to show you the paintings I did yesterday. So, I tried some new stuff with watercolors. I'm learning watercolors, in case you didn't, if you're late to that information. I started painting watercolors recently. I'm fully obsessed. I think they are so fun. And I painted a ladybug last night. Look how cute it is. Look at my watercoloring. I did watercolor. And it's a ladybug. So I did a ladybug, and then I also did this, which is technically nothing, but I think it's so pretty, and it looks like a bunch of planets that are hidden by clouds. Look how cool that is. Watercolor's so cool. So those are my paintings from yesterday. Did I do any other paintings yesterday? Did I really only do those? I was very focused on my knitting yesterday. It appears so. Getting a foot here. Getting a foot here. What do you mean? What does that mean? Oh, getting a foot of snow here. Thank you. Words are hard. Good morning. I'm new here. I'm from Pasadena, Maryland. Pasadena. Okay, good. Pasadena, Maryland. I am from Southern Ontario, about an hour away from Toronto. pretty close to the US border, but in Canada still. And this is a crafty sort of place. We don't only do crafts. Sorry, I can put this back on the floor now. Peekaboo kept trying to steal Toby's food. Toby stole Peekaboo's food this morning. Like a total jerk. He kept going and stealing her food. Anywho, yeah, Southern Ontario. Welcome, everyone. Nice to meet you all and have you here. Absolutely. Thank you, Candace, for the welcome. Yes, this is a nice place to be. So join us. Subscribe. I'm going to go nuts. I can't feel where my tongue is. I can't hear where my tongue is in my mouth when I'm saying S, and it's driving me absolutely crazy. I can feel that my S's are not sharp. I can feel it, but I can't hear it. And Alex, I asked him, have you noticed my S's are lazy? And he was like, I don't know what that means. And I was like, it's kind of like slurring. And he was like, yeah, I've noticed. And I was like, oh no. But I kind of beat it out of him, you know? That's beautiful. Thank you so much. So this is exciting. I am going to just continuously complain about my S's right now because I can't hear, and it's not that I'm self-conscious that you guys are hearing it, I'm self-conscious that I'm hearing it. I don't like how it feels to hear my words not come out the way I want them to. And S's, I don't know what it is. When you can't hear them, they're very difficult. And I can't hear them right now. That sound, it's at a frequency that my hearing can no longer detect. So I can't hear if I'm hitting the sharp S or if it's like, I can't hear the difference between this. But I know there's a difference because normally I can hear the difference between those two. And I know what I'm trying to do is, but I know when I'm getting lazy because they can't hear it, it goes to, and that's wrong. And I'm not trying to do that. I used to be deaf. In case you guys are new here, I used to be deaf when I was little. I had lots of ear infections. And I went deaf. And they fixed it by doing surgeries on my ears. But now I can feel the difference when I'm speaking incorrectly. It's just let me complain. I don't need you to do anything. I just need to complain about it because it's annoying. And because I did like speech therapy as a child. I had to go to like speech therapy because my S's, because I couldn't hear. And because I had to do that as a child, I think I have like S trauma, strama, if you will. I have trauma around the letter S. Not literally, I'm just being silly. Okay, come on, phone. Why are you not holding anything here? Why are you not working? That's so rude. Okay. Love the ladybug watercolor. I did that. I could not get the hang of it. Anita, by the way, good morning. Hold on. Here in Texas Gulf Coast, everyone is panicking. You guys don't get that type of weather, though, right? Like, that's freak stuff for you. For us, 12 inches is, like, barely an inconvenience. Like, we all have winter tires. It's, like, not fun while it's happening. Like, during a snowstorm, I don't want to be driving. But after a snowstorm, it's just everyone drives slow. There's just snow everywhere. So it's not, like... It's not that upsetting here. It's just, like, inconvenient. The only thing that's frustrating is if you like to walk places, because at this time of year, the end of January, usually our municipalities have already spent their budget for snow removal, or at least they've spent most of their budget for snow removal. So for the rest of winter, it's like, we'll salt everything. We're not shoveling anything. So the city doesn't shovel, they just... salt. They don't do the sidewalks anymore. So they'll do like main roads, whereas like earlier in the season, everybody gets shoveled, snow gets removed, whereas now they're like, just push it to the side of the road and we'll wait for it to melt. Unfortunately, it's not going to melt for a while. Hey there, Crystal. So since it's not going to melt for a while, we're probably going to be sitting with 12 inches of snow for a while. I complain too, so complain away. I feel like that's what friends are for, right? To complain to. The problem for me is that my friends are the internet. So it ends up being just me complaining a lot. Sorry. Just the way it is sometimes. I'm working on this one right now just to get a few more rounds in before I go back to the one that we've been working on because I want to finish filming this one today. But to film it, I have to have like more rounds done. It's going to be really cute, though. I hope. I hope it fits her. I genuinely am making this from my brain of how big my niece is, but hoomst. Hoomst is to say. Yes, freak weather for us. For us, it's like inconvenient winter weather. It's not freak weather. Like 12 inches is like, oh, the kids get a day off school. How exciting. Maybe. Well, it depends when it happens. If it happens Sunday night, then the kids get the day off. If it happens Sunday morning, they'll still have to go to school Monday. Oh, the fun of a snow day. I'm in Nova Scotia. But when I lived in Ottawa, it was the wind chill I hated on my face and nose. When I lived in Ottawa, you lived in Ottawa too? Love that for you. Went there for school. That's why I was there. Alex is from Ottawa. Well, he's from Belarus, but he moved to Ottawa as a child and lived in Ottawa, and then I came to Ottawa for university and stayed there for 8 years, and then Alex and I came back to the GTA to get away from that cold, because there were more than one event. There was more than one event. It feels like there were more than one, because I'm doing plural, but there was, and then one, so whatever. There were many events where it was so cold, it was like they would open the mall after hours. The Rideau Center, which is the big mall, it closes at like 10. They would just leave it open 24 hours with security so that homeless people wouldn't die. Like, it's so cold. It would get down to like minus 47 was the coldest that I remember it, minus 47. And I remember there were like warnings, like branches could break. Like, be advised, don't travel underneath large trees. Because minus 47 is minus 50 is the temperature at which sap in most trees freezes. It stays liquid to minus 50. At minus 50, it freezes. And when liquid freezes, it expands. So branches could just explode off the tree, because basically the tree's blood expands to the point where it just explodes branches off. So, it was like, don't go under large trees. Don't go under old trees. It's minus 47. Branches could just spontaneously break. No wind, no snow weight. They might just break because of the sap expanding. And I remember when we heard that, I was like, it's just too cold to be living here. It's very cold. That's too cold. It's too cold to be living here. If you have to not go underneath trees for fear that the branches will explode and fall on you because of how cold it is, come now. And then I remember on that week where we had minus 47 degrees Celsius, I remember the university putting out, like, and then the Weather Channel saying, it's minus 45 on Mars today. Minus 45 degrees Celsius over there on Mars, but here in Ottawa, it's minus 47. So there was like this camaraderie that week where we were like, it's colder than Mars. We're living in a town that's colder than Mars. Just everybody acknowledge Ottawa's colder than Mars this week. Why are we here? And Alex and I would have to walk to school from our apartment. And our apartment was maybe a 25-minute walk from school, which during the summer is like, Ottawa's a lot of walking. 25 minutes is not a lot. It's like if you move to New York, you just get used to walking. If you move to Ottawa, you get used to walking a lot. But baby girl, let me tell you, minus 30 degree weather, walking 25 minutes, your eyelashes get like a coat of ice. Your scarf solidifies from your breath. It's very crazy. Being in that type of cold weather, I don't understand why people originally said, let's stop here. Let's build. You would have to have a fire going 24/7 and a good-sized fire just to keep your house from literally freezing. So if you're getting some crazy winter weather where you are in the coming week, I feel for you. But thank goodness that we have electricity. Because imagine being on the frontier and going, Ottawa, what a beautiful place. What a beautiful place that has access to a river, beautiful mountains, right next to Quebec. Gorgeous. And they went, let's build us a house. And then winter came and everyone died. Probably not everyone, but like I bet you the first non-Indigenous settlers of Ottawa, I bet you all of them died. And then the second set, I bet all of them died. It's so cold there. It is beautiful though. Like if you want somewhere, if you like winter activities like cross-country skiing or skiing and snowboarding or snowshoeing or bird watching or skating, Ottawa's amazing for that stuff. If you like winter activities, like winter outdoor stuff, they have Winterlude pretty soon, which is like this giant festival of winter. It's like the festival of ice because it's so fucking cold there. Excuse my language. So if you like winter outdoor stuff, Ottawa is so good for that. The problem is if you don't, then you're basically indoors from October until May. Like it's like, yeah. So I'm not a big winter girly. I'm a big spring, summer, and fall girly. Winter is my rest time. Your nose closes over. If you had a mustache, it probably would. It's too cold. It's just too much. It's just too much. I wish I could show you what I'm knitting, but for whatever reason today, my camera did not connect. Sometimes my phone just doesn't connect to the camera, so you get to just know that I'm knitting. Ugh, now that we've complained about the cold, yesterday we did get probably about 6 inches of snow here, but they were like 6 fluffy inches. Like if the temperature warmed up 1 degree, that would all turn into like half an inch. It was very fluffy snow. So I put a couple of my wool sweaters outside on the ground. Well, not on the ground, on our patio. And then they got 6 inches of snow on top of them. And then I flipped them over and they're still outside because it's so cold. So that is how I'm washing my wool sweaters right now, is they are all just out in the winter temperatures. That is one way to wash wool. Because any bacteria that causes odor, this is also good for your denim. If you have denim jeans and you're getting this freak weather this week, take your denim, wait till it starts snowing, wait till you've got a good little chunk of snow on the ground, put your denim in the snow, let the snow continue to fall and cover it, and then like the next day, pull it out of the snow, shake it off, and all the bacteria that causes odor that makes you think your clothes are dirty, all of the surface level dirt, it gets like removed by the snow. Snow is magical. It like absorbs dirt like water does without melting. So you put ice or you put snow on top of wool, and normally if you put water on wool, the water would grab the dirt, right? But for some reason, snow does it too without melting. So it grabs the dirt and pulls it into its snowy magic without melting and turning to water. So you don't have to get your wool sweater wet, and then you just pick it up and shake it off, and your wool sweater now has no bugs, which, if you didn't know, wool sweaters are very attractant for mites, and they're also very attractant for cloth moths. So you may not know if those things have infected any of your wool blankets, wool sweaters, whatever. So if you do this once a winter, you're just kind of cutting any cycle that could show up in your wool projects. So for me, it's cloth moths. I don't have mites in my stuff, but cloth moths are the bane of my existence, and they try every year to break my spirits. I have mothballs, I have cedar, I have vacuum sealed my wool bags. I will do everything, or vacuum sealed my wool sweaters, and still I'll pull out my wool sweaters and there will be moth damage on one of them. So this year, every time we get these big snows, I'm putting my wool outside. I'm letting it freeze to kill any surviving. I just believe there's one moth egg on every sweater at any one time. So I'm like, if I freeze it over and over again, eventually I'll get rid of these things. That being said, I live in a 200-year-old house. So like, it's not 200, it's 100, right? 1898, 1998, until now. It's like 130. I get moths from my bird seed. Oh, damn it. Is that true? Damn. Excuse my language, but for real? That's so disappointing. I have to get seed for my conures Oh, I have a story, by the way, about my conures. I get moths from my birdseed. That makes me so angry because that means I can't even remove them permanently. I freeze. Can this be done in a freezer? So the killing of the insects can be done in the freezer. The removal of dirt cannot. So by putting it in the snow, it removes dirt from your wool. By putting it in the freezer, it's just going to kill any of your insect infestations that could be not noticeable, but in there. So cloth moths are tiny. Put their seed in the freezer when you get it. That's what I'm going to do, Candace. That's what I do with my rice and my flour. And I don't do it with Alex's oatmeal anymore because he goes through it so fast. But I have this, it's not a fear. I really, really, really never, ever want to come in contact with an insect in my rice or in my flour. It gives me, I know it will be very difficult for me to eat rice if I ever find anything alive in it because it already is very close in appearance to maggots. Like rice is so close to being a maggot without being a maggot that if I see one insect involved in rice, all of the rice is now maggots for my brain, which I know this about myself and I know it will make it hard for me to eat rice. So to prevent this, all of my rice goes into a Ziploc bag into the freezer, and that's where my rice stays until I have a glass jar filled with rice. When that gets empty, I take from the freezer, I put it in the glass jar goes back into the pantry with a lid on it. Like, I am not getting bugs in my friggin' rice. I call maggots disco rice. That would ruin, I can't call them that because that will make me not able to eat rice. And I love rice. Ugh, just thinking of the word, so yucky. So anyway, yeah, freeze your grains because guess what? Grains are not stored in vacuum sealed bags before they get to you. They're stored in large open spaces. I'm Asian and maggots are my least favorite animal. I think maggots are my least favorite animal. Maggots and then mosquitoes. I think maggots are high. I don't even like saying the word because I don't, whenever I say the word, it's like a pile of them shows up in my brain. I sift my flour every time I get a new bag. So I haven't sifted my flour. I just freeze it and I figure that's fine. But I do wash my rice and I pick out any pieces of rice that don't look perfect. I have bug trauma. I don't have bug trauma as far as I know. I'm preemptively preventing bug trauma. I'm trying to avoid bug trauma at all costs, and in order to do that, I need to just not have any possibility. So anyway, my sweaters are outside, except for my new one because it's brand new, and I'm obsessed with it, by the way. Obsessed with it. I've been wearing it all the time. It's supposed to be a gift for Alex. It was supposed to be a gift for Alex, but it didn't block big enough. And what am I supposed to do? Do you want to see my new knit sweater? I knitted it. Okay, calm down, camera. I knitted it myself. Thank you. It's brand new, and it's just for me, even though it was supposed to be for my partner. But he is a men's 2XL, and this is definitely not a men's 2XL. But look how cute it is. How cute do I look? Hey, guys. Hi. Hi. Oh, this? Thanks. I made it myself. Oh, this old thing? Yeah, I knitted it. What's the pattern, you ask? There is no pattern. I made it myself with no pattern. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's come over me. I am just... I'm feeling a little goofy this morning. So thank you for being here in my goofy state. Appreciate you guys. Gorgeous. Isn't it gorgeous? The sleeves for me? I can't. I love the sleeve. I normally make my sleeves a little bit more fitted, and I made them like, it's almost a puffy sleeve, but it's not technically a puffy sleeve. You know what I'm saying? And then we did acrylic with wool. Don't do that. What are you doing? Ew. But it looks fine. And then we did purple with red. I don't know about that, but it turned out great. Also, the yarn, the red yarn is all thrifted. I paid $12 for the red yarn. I got 12 50-gram balls of yarn at the thrift store, brand new with packaging on them. Someone must have gotten rid of their yarn stash. And so $12 plus $4 for the purple. I think it's like whatever. Hold on, I just had the paper. Oh, nope. Here, this. It's Loops and Threads, the purple. Hey there, AJ. Good morning. You are so fun. You're so fun. So anyway, that happened. I made a sweater. You already know that because I won't stop talking about it. Now we're making baby clothes. We are just a bunch of really creative and organized people here. Did you know? Okay, so yesterday, 2 really big things happened. One, I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital yesterday. Do you want to hear why? Do you want to hear what happened? It turns out nothing is wrong with me. You know how I know? Because they didn't go to the hospital for me. I went to the hospital to pick up something for Miss Candace in the chat. Miss Candace in the chat had a heart procedure earlier in the week, and she was in that hospital. The hospital that she was in, even though she lives far away, was close to me. So I said on Wednesday, I'll go get what you forgot. She forgot her pillow at the hospital. And I was like, oh my God, that's horrific. Can't imagine not having my favorite comfy pillow. And working on a cardigan design. Oh, cool, AJ. And I love the colors. Thanks, Anita. So jealous. Well, I would tell you how, but you just have to thrift better. Do better thrifting. Okay, so anyway, went to the hospital to pick up Candace's pillow, got into the hospital, started walking around like I knew where I was going. After about 10 minutes, realized I don't actually know where I'm going. I don't know where I thought I can find elevators. How hard can it be? It's a hospital. How many places can you go? Turns out, a lot. So after about 10 minutes of exploring, and having some doctor people looking at me like, you don't know where you're going, and it's pretty obvious, I went back to the front of the hospital, and I went to the information desk. I knew where I was going, so I thought I could find it. Turns out, even if you know where you're going, you have to know where you're going is. So anyway, went back to the front desk, said, hi, I need to get to the 3rd floor nurses station. And she said, that's not a thing. And I said, yes, I need to go to the 3rd floor nurses station. I've been sent to go to the 3rd floor nurses station. And she said, do you know what area of the hospital? And I was like, the 3rd floor? I didn't talk to her like that. I was very polite, obviously, and very apologetic. I was like, I'm sorry. I honestly don't know. My friend had heart surgery and she left something behind and I'm supposed to pick it up. And she said, oh, heart stuff? Yeah, that's on the 3rd floor. And I was like, that's what I said. That's what I said. And I said it more than once. Like, I need to get to the 3rd floor nurses station. Well, like, do you know where you're going? Yes, I have to go to on the nurses station at the 3rd floor. She said, that's not a thing. And I was like, huh? Literally what? And I just like went, thank you. Could you tell me where the elevators are? And she said, for sure, just down the hall. And I was like, did she have a stroke or did I have a stroke? One of us just had a stroke and I'm not sure which one. But one of us did because we were just talking past each other. Anyway, got myself to the 3rd floor, and guess what was at the 3rd floor just around the corner? A nurse's station. I don't know what she had. Maybe she'd never been to the 3rd floor, but let me tell you, I got to the nurse's station, and I saw the pillow. I didn't even have to ask. I did ask, and I asked like I didn't know that was the pillow I had to pick up, because Candace said, it's a pink pillow waiting for me. There it is. There's only one pink pillow. It's right under the nurse's desk. Hi, I'm here to pick up something for my friend. Did you try Lost and Found? She told me it would be at the nurse's station. There's another nurse sitting with her back to me, and the pillow is under her desk. Okay, did she tell you, I don't know, it might be in the Lost and Found. And I said, no, it's under it's a pillow, it's a pink pillow, it's right there. And then the nurse whose back was to me turned around and said, oh, here you go. And they were so friendly, and I was like, how many people are coming for Lost and Found? Anyway, nurses work very hard, and no shade to nurses. Nurses deserve all of the accolades and all of the kudos and all of the brownie points. Nurses work harder than anybody. I know that. However, the social skills of the nurses at this hospital on this day, they just weren't, we were just not making sense to each other. Anyway, got the pillow, left the hospital, felt like a superhero. Also, didn't realize how close the hospital is. I really didn't have to walk very far. So that was cool. This sucks. That's annoying. I hate getting to these points. That makes me angry. Oh, why, oh, why? Anyway, it all worked out fine, and now I have custody of Candace's pillow. That was fun, and I had an adventure, and Alex wasn't home all day yesterday because he had to go into work, so he had to drive all the way into Toronto to, he had to, like, get his fingerprints done and stuff. He's good. He's in the government. He has clearance and stuff. So he had to get his fingerprints redone and all the whatever stuff that they had to do. And I was home all day alone, so I filmed a video. I went out. No glitches during my stories. Stop! Oh no, did it glitch a lot? Sorry about it. Thank you. You're welcome. But, yeah, after that, came home, filmed a bunch. Then, in the evening, Alex came home. I made a delicious chicken and... what was it? Chicken pasta and beets. Have you ever used beets in, like, not beet-centric food? Because usually beets are, like, a specific part of a recipe, but I like beets. So I said, you know what? I stir-fried some chicken. I'm gonna just throw in some sliced beets. And I did, and it was a very good decision. Turns out beets, you can add them to a pasta dish with chicken, and it's a good thing. It was tasty. So that was fun. Took a shower, brought the birds with me. The birds both come with me to the shower, and they have a perch that, like, suction cups to the shower wall, and they just like to hang out in there while I'm showering. And I did. And then after I got out of the shower, Gary decided to fly. And right now my birds can't fly. I know, animal abuse, don't come for me. I had to cut my birds' flight feathers because they had to go to an overnight place for a week, and I didn't want them to either be unhandleable or escape because it's winter. So I trimmed their flight feathers. They were both angry at me. They're still pretty angry at me. They will interact with me, but they're not coming over to hang out with me because they're mad, which is fine. It's not even like I need to forgive them for that. They're allowed to be mad about that. I took away part of their ability to travel, and they used to fly all through the house at their own leisure. They will again. It's just that I didn't want them to be in danger when we were having them with someone else. So anyway, Gary flies as a means to escape when he's irritated. Anyway, we were in the bathroom, and he flew off of the shower. He was on the shower rod. He had climbed up the shower curtain and was on the curtain rod, and he jumped from the rod and flew straight into the bathroom door. And I turned as he made contact with the door, and I swear to God, I've never seen something like this before. An explosion of feathers, like 12 or 15 feathers, just flew off of this bird. I don't know what angle you have to hit something to have feathers explode off of your head, but Gary's head now has a bald patch on it, and there were like 15 feathers on the ground. I don't know what exactly happened. I saw the flutter. I was looking in the mirror, brushing my hair after getting into the shower. I saw the flutter behind me. I heard the contact to the door, and then I heard him slide down the door, which is not a new sound. I know those sounds. And then turned my head, and there was a pile of feathers on the floor. And I was like, Gary, what happened? And then I picked Gary up. He was fine. I touched his head. I made sure nothing was like out of place. A few more feathers fell off of his head. And I was like, are you okay, bro? He didn't have any other things happen. He didn't have any like wobbles, any shakes, nothing. He was totally fine after that. But I've never seen that before. Probably has a brain concussion. I mean, if he didn't already have brain problems, he definitely probably lost a couple of brain cells in there. I'm going to show you what he looks like. You'll see how small the bald spot is. I mean, he's a tiny bird, so like it's going to be small, but they must have very dense feathers because I swear 15 feathers, they're tiny little head feathers, but like 15 of them were on the floor, but his head has like a spot that's like 1 centimeter by half a centimeter that's bald now. Anyway, I'll show you so that you don't think that I'm I don't know. I'll show you that he's okay. Come here, kids. Good bird. Come here, Gary. Don't jump and be stupid. This is how it happened the first time. Come here, Gary. Don't jump. Gary, you can't fly, bro. That's Gary. You literally can't fly. Well, you actually can. You do a pretty good job of flying. Here, I'll show you him. Here's Mr. Gary. And do you see his little bald spot on his head? Come here. No, don't be dumb. Anyway, he's mostly fine. He's still, like, mad at me. So if I put my hands, he tries to get away from them. Come here. Good boy. There's a good boy. You all right, bug? He's like, don't touch me. Come here. And then Toby goes and pretends to attack him. He's gonna get bit. That dog's gonna get bit. Toblerone. Gary is a baby. Hey, Gary is a baby. Don't you bully my baby bird. Come here, Gary. Let's go. Come here. Toblerone. Don't bark at my birds. Don't you do that. That's nasty. Those are my babies. Go lie down. Go. Go on. Go lie down. Go lie down. You leave Gary alone. Go on. Anywho, he's fine. Also, kind of some exciting news. Can you see my hands? Can you see how there's no active bruises or open wounds on them? I don't know how many months it's been since I haven't had a bruise or an active open cut on my hand. It has to be years. I don't think this has happened to me in years. I'm probably going to get injured today just because I'm bragging about this. I usually always have a cut, a bruise, or something. There's always something going on my hands, and not one something. Like several somethings are usually going on my hands. Currently, I have one scar that is almost healed, and I have 2 hangnails. That's it. I'm basically like an adult who doesn't have birds that bite her. Even though they're mad at me, the birds are not biting. We love when the birds are not biting. If only they could just do that always and forever. Couldn't be my birds. But I love them, even in their craziness. Ugh. Oh, who had the green conures? Who said you had green conures? Sorry. Let me try and find you again. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to whose conures. Bird food, bird seed. I get moths for my green cheek. There we go, Crystal. Okay, Crystal. So you have 1 green cheek. How is that going? I felt like they have to be in a pair. I mean, I got mine in a pair, but like, is that not true? Are they okay on their own? I don't think Gary would be okay on his own. I think Beelzebub would be just fine, but I don't think Gary would. I think he needs a friend. But I have 2 birds, 2 budgies. Oh, you have 2 budgies? So give me some tips and tricks. I want to know more about what you guys do to take care of your birds. I do provide them enrichment every day. So that is usually in the form of something they can destroy. I have lots of different destruction toys for them, and I put out a new thing every day for them to break, and they love that. They love ripping up cardboard and paper, and they love ripping up dried plant material. So I have these pressed, dried things. I'm going to make them myself next year. I purchased them this year, but they're like freeze-dried. They're not freeze-dried. It's like they took a bunch of flowers and leaves and then pressed them flat and then vacuum sealed them and then dehydrated them. I don't know how they did it or in what order, but that's what it looks like. And the birds love ripping these things apart. And I give them things like spray millet, and I give them seeds every day, like a little handful of seeds every day. They get fresh water and fresh food. Well, they don't get fresh food every day. They get fresh water every day. They get fresh food probably every 3rd day. But they get a fresh food item every day, like a fruit, vegetable, or something every day. I want more. I want to do more for them. I just want to do everything for them. The next step in my evolution of bird care is going to be rope. Large, thick, like boat rope. and I want to have a rope thing, like a net that goes basically like a ceiling, like so that they can access the whole room via a ladder that only they can access. I like the idea of having areas that they are the only ones that can access, so that if they want to be away from me, they can kind of tell me, like, I don't want you anywhere near me, you can't reach me here. And I like the idea of all my animals having safe places out of my reach for their own opinion. My birds fly freely with the cage open during the day. They love cardboard. So mine are open during the day to fly freely. Unfortunately, right now they're not flying because their wings are clipped. So they're mostly staying in their area of the room unless I carry them out. So they have a tree right here, and the tree has lots of toys and stuff hanging on it. And then they have their cage. I think inside of their cage is also decked out. So they have a space that's about, I don't know, 6 feet by 5 feet. That's like around their, maybe bigger than 6 feet, maybe 7 feet by 5 feet is like that section of the room. And that's where they also can climb up onto the lamp in the back there. But before that, they would sit on all the door frames and the window frames, and I know they would prefer to be able to fly, and they will again as soon as those feathers grow back. But yeah, until then, I want to give them lots and lots and lots of enrichment. Well, that was new. I just had a commercial start, and instead of losing the stream, it split my screen. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I need a tree. Do you want to see how I do it? It's very easy, the way that I do a tree. So if you have access to any outdoor space that you can collect large sticks, this tree that I have in here right now happens to be an entire fig tree. Reason being, my parents have a farm. They have lots of fig trees. They tried planting a fig tree outside and then covering it in straw and then surrounding it in like tires or like some kind of black plastic. I don't know what it was. And with that, mice got in and ate all the bark. They ate all the bark on the fig tree. So, I'll show you what this fig tree looks like now. Sorry, babies, I know, stealing your stuff. I'll be right back. I'll bring it right back, okay? Oh my goodness, Beelzebub, what do you think? Okay, so, yeah, that's awesome. Let me just turn the camera a little for a sec. There we go. So you can see, it's like, it's a tree. So this is their jungle gym. I just connected the tree, this is their cardboard toys, connected the tree to the jungle gym, and now they have all these branches, and it gives them places to go and stuff to chew on. There's cardboard, like, tubes on here. They love chewing on these. They're cardboard toys. You can tell they like them based on how much, look at all the loose paper. This is since Monday, because I changed it all out on Monday. You guys are wild. They like ripping them right off the rope. Anyway, happy birds are birds that can destroy things. Isn't that true, Beels? Beelzebub. 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 Anyway, I wonder if that's a new forever, or it didn't do that last night as I watched YouTube. Well, maybe it's a new live stream thing so that you don't miss out on... Oh, I forgot to move the camera back. You guys don't need to be watching my whole room. That's rude. Also, I think I need to move my glue because I'm looking at it and I just keep seeing it here. Maybe I can just turn it around. I'll put it on the ground. I don't like seeing it here. It's too much. It's just too much. Okay. We got everything we need in the shot? Maybe a little bit more this way? Or a little bit more that way? More that way. Give you a little more desk to look at, you know what I'm saying? There. Lordy, lordy. Please don't be over top of my head. Okay, good. Same. Some ads do split, some don't. I've had them for a while. Okay, maybe it's like maybe it's an update. I need to do that, and my birds have limbs on their cage. Oh, in their cage. So they hop all the way around from top to bottom when they're in there. Yeah, my birds also have like, it's like a bird cage limb, like it goes from side to side and has a slat in it. so that it sticks in easily. So my birds have that, but they also have like rope stuff to climb in the cage. But I like the idea of using a natural tree. This natural tree, though it was fully stripped of bark by the mice, as it was stripped by mice, it was also out all winter, but still, I hosed it down and then I washed it with bleach and left it outside. Or was it peroxide I used? I don't recall. It was either bleach or peroxide that I washed it with and left it outside for a couple of days just to like hopefully get rid of anything that could cause issues. And then I set it up as a tree. And the birds, we've had no issues. Birds are happy. Birds are healthy. They do love to pick at the bark. I have to replace them periodically. I think that would be even more fun for my birds would be to pick at the bark. But I also, I mean, at my parents' farm, I can trust that there's no pesticides. But like generally, I don't want to have the birds chewing on anything that I can't verify won't cause them any issues. And like apple tree bark is not a problem. Fig tree bark is not a problem, but there are certain barks, like certain cedars or evergreens, like are dangerous for them. I think it's cedar. I think you can't have cedar for them. And also like acorns. They can't break up acorns. They're poisonous to conures, which sucks because acorns would be such a fun thing for my birds to screw around with. They love trying to destroy. If they can't actively do it, they love trying. And I don't mind because it keeps them busy, it keeps them from destroying my paperwork and my projects, and it also keeps them happy. I like to give them things that they like to do. And when I give them things they like to do, they don't scream. Miner from my backyard. Oh, miner from my backyard. Okay, cool. Well, then you're fine. So, I don't have a tree to take limbs from. That being said, I think this year I do want to make a new tree. I think, yeah, I figured when you put minor, minor, I figured it. Anyway, I think this year I want to give them a new tree because this tree will be a whole year old. I mean, I move it around, I change the decoration organization and like the setup, but even still, I think I would like to give them a brand new tree this year. So I need to find how I'm going to do that because am I going to build a tree out of limbs or am I going to actually use a whole tree? And the other thing that would be fun is if I could cut down like a tree that's alive and give it to them and let them just chew it up and just pull off all the leaves. Like that gives them so much joy. They fudged up my lemon tree last year. I have a lemon tree that's inside during the winter, and last winter they pulled all of the leaves off of it. They loved it. I obviously was not pleased about that. My lemon tree survived the attack, but even so, they had so much fun. So I think I would like to give them something like that they can just tear apart. What I like is when they are busy, they're not screaming, which is super fun. When they're not busy, they're going to be making noise. It's either you get one of two options: happy noises and loud, happy noises and quiet, angry noises and loud, angry noises and quiet. Those are your options. So I prefer happy noises and quiet as my optimal situation. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes they're angry. Because they're like 3-year-olds. I don't know what they want, but they're like 3-year-olds. They just want to be busy, breaking stuff, and constantly engaged. They don't want even a moment where they're bored or else all hell breaks loose. Beelzebub, are you doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, my dear? Those are not for you. Do you want some seeds? Is that what you're trying to get? Here you go, honey. Come here. Want some seeds? See? Oh, yeah, those are yummy, huh? I like seeds. Seeds are good. Very good. Come here. Come on. You don't want them from my hand today? Here, I'll put them in here, and you guys can go get them on your own, okay? Big, strong birds. My birds are 8 years old. Oh, are they? Mine are 5? 5.5? How long have we had them? They were 4 when we got them. Has it been 2 years? Mine are 5 or 6. Time passes weird now. I'd love to know exactly how old they are, but I don't remember. I would have to look back at my notes, which I don't have with me. My birds don't like me maybe, but when I come home, they fly over my head. I think it's a greeting. I feel like some birds, like Gary doesn't like me or anyone. Like Gary's very standoffish, very skittish, and he's very bitey. So like, I just don't mind. And I see you don't mind either if you've had them 8 years. I just see it as like, they're individuals. If maybe Gary just doesn't like people. I'm not special. He just doesn't like people. So I just feel like it's fine. I'm surprised the nurses did not ask you for info. They just handed over my pillow. I should call and say I'll be there tomorrow to get the pillow and see what they say. That's funny. Nah, JK, they were nice to me. That would be funny to see what they say. We already gave it away. To who? When? I told you I would come. I told you I would come. I don't even think I said Candace. I think I just said my friend left her pillow here. I'm worried if one of them dies, what's going to happen? They're going to be so lonely. I don't want to get another bird. If one of them dies and you don't want to get another bird, I don't know. If they're not super friendly to people, then you might have to get another bird. Or you'll have to stay home and work from home so that they have someone with them all the time so they're not lonely. Poor babies. I don't know what would happen to Gary. If Beelzebub died, I think Gary would just die. Not that I'd want him to or anything. It's just I think that's the way that he would go. If Beelzebub died. Whereas I think if Gary died, Beelzebub would be like, I mean, how many people choose to walk into a hospital to steal pillows? Probably not a lot. And also choose to steal pillows that belonged to patients. It feels like it's probably a rare thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I have just this last round and then I get to do another increase. I'm always home, so maybe they'll be my best friend. That's perfect. That's one of the reasons why I was okay with getting birds, because I know we're home all the time. Or get them a mirror to converse to. Well, I don't know if a mirror is enough. They're smarter than that. Yes, they can look at a mirror and play around with it, but like a conure is supposed to be, allegedly, the intelligence of a 2 to 3-year-old. And my nephew is 3. I don't think a mirror would be enough for him for very long. So, I mean, there's a possibility that is, they're 3 in some ways, you know, but not in all ways. So, I don't know. I just think that I'm fine with them being what they are, you know? Birds are birds. I'm not expecting them to be cats or dogs, and I'm not expecting them to be African greys or macaws. I'm just enjoying them as conures. Like, I'm not expecting more out of them. But I do really like having them around, even though, oh my lord, if you've never had a bird before, don't do it. Don't get a bird. I've always wanted a bird. So I've said this so many times on this stream. I've always wanted a parrot, and all of the negative things that come with having a parrot, I accept. That being said, there are many negative things that come with having a parrot. Like, it's not like having a cat or a dog. It's way messier, way louder, way more destructive, and like they're very needy animals, and they require activity twice a day. They're not like a cat where you can leave food and water and then go away for a couple days. They need to have a cover put on their cage every day. They have to have it taken off every day. They have to have new water and food and activities every day. Like, or else you're abusing them. Like, birds they're too smart for you to do nothing with. They're too smart to be left in a cage and just like given food in the cage. Like, we had budgies growing up, and that's the life that they lived. They lived in their budgie cage their entire life. And obviously as a child, I didn't know anything about animal care, so that was fine. But it wasn't. That's not fine. That's not good enough. Parrots are so social and so active that keeping them just in a cage is not enough. I love them. Me too. Yes, I love them too. But I don't think most people should have them. I don't think almost anyone should have them. I think that you should have to have had a lot of different animals before you get birds. I don't think birds are an entry-level pet. I feel like they should always be considered an exotic. Even if you're getting finches, birds should be considered an exotic pet because they're not like other pets. But people treat them like hamsters, like, oh, it gets sick and dies. Like, they don't treat them like a dog where if something's off, you take them to a vet. You know what I mean? Like, they treat them like, my birds are small, so people go, oh, it's like a hamster, just it'll die. Like, oh, you're gonna put it down? Like, it's like they don't expect care for them. However, they live 40 years. Like, my birds are gonna live, maybe not 40 years. Apparently in captivity, it's 15 to 20. But 15 to 20 years is a long time for a bird to be around. That's at least as long as a dog. And if you think of how you would treat your dog, would you keep your dog in a crate its whole life? No. But a lot of people would say a bird lives in a cage because that's what you see on the historical record. Birds are caged animals. I'm a mother, so I love taking care of them like a mama bird. Oh, I'm a mother nature. I'm not a mother. I'm a mother nature. You know what I mean? I love animals so much that I am willing to take on the parts of them that are not good. Like, I love chihuahuas, and people go, aren't they yappy? Like, sometimes. Oh, you have a Rottweiler? Your dog drools. Gross. My dog doesn't drool. So, like, you are happy to have your drooling dog. I'm happy to have my yappy dog. Which, where is he, by the way? Toblerone. Why are you on the carpet? You have a dog bed right here. And right there. There's dog beds everywhere. Sweet. Anyway, I always say this whenever I talk about my birds. Do not get a bird. Do not get a parrot. It's bad for you. It's a bad idea. You're going to regret it. You, the general internet, are going to regret having a parrot. If you're looking at me and going, I won't regret it. What is she talking about? I've wanted a parrot forever. You're different. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the general world. Don't get a parrot. They're not good for you. They're messy, they're loud, they're destructive, and needy, and they will bite you. This idea that you're going to have this, like, beautiful relationship with your parrot right off the bat, no. Even if you have a really good relationship with you, your parrot will bite you, and it will make you bleed, and it will bruise you, and sometimes they'll bite you on your face because you got your face too close, or because you said, can I have a kiss? They'll bite you right on the lip. They're not... You can't have a parrot without having a mess and bite marks. You're just going to. You know, you can have a dog without ever getting bit. You can't have a parrot without ever getting bit. It's just not going to happen. So don't get a parrot. If your friend wants to get a parrot, don't advise them to get a parrot. That being said, with all of that being said, oh my God, my anxiety has been at least 80% reduced since getting these parrots. Since getting them, I would say my anxiety has reduced at least 80%. My feeling is because I'm never allowed to sit in my thoughts and stew in my thoughts, which is where my anxiety comes from. Instead, I always have to live in the present and in reality because there are yelling birds sitting on my shoulder, biting at my earrings, pulling on my hair, talking to me. There's just always constant stimulation from the real world coming at me. So I can't get stuck in my head. It's amazing. They are literally like one of my anxiety cures. They destroy my home and they make a very large mess every single day. I have to mop my floors every single day. I have to sweep or vacuum every single day. The dust that ends up in your home because of birds, you have to dust. If you're not someone who dusts, you will end up becoming someone. You can't light candles anymore. No scented candles, no aerosol, no perfume around them. They're delicate, loud creatures. Let's see. People say my birds are loud, but I don't even hear them anymore. They're just normal background sounds to me. I love it. Yeah, I don't notice them while I'm filming, and then I edit my video, and there'll be just like, while I'm teaching a crochet tutorial, you'll just hear, and I'll be like, oh yeah, they were there. You can see right now how quiet they're being, because they're busy. They've got something to do. They're busy. After they finish what they're doing, they'll probably take a little nap, and then they'll wake up and they'll start screaming. It's just like, I just love them. I just love them both so much. I love Gary, even though he's mean, and I love Beelzebub because she's so curious. I just think they're so fun. But don't get one. Never get a parrot. They're a bad idea. But I love them. It's like saltwater fish. Don't get saltwater fish unless you're someone who's going to do all the shit that they need. Saltwater fish. Don't get an octopus. What are you doing? Don't get a chameleon. These are all animals that I think require a little bit of extra husbandry experience, and most people are just going to get one and then it's going to die. In my experience, in my opinion. Mine are named Lily and Pickles. Oh, those are cute names. My brother has a cat named Pickles. He has a cat named Pickles and Dill and, oh no, Dill, I think Dill died. So he has Pickles and Gherkin right now, are my brother's two cats. Dill was his first cat. Anyway, Pickles is such a cute name for animals. Mine are Beelzebub and Gary. Beelzebub was already named, and Gary was named Manon, which is another demon, Beelzebub and Manon. But they both said Beelzebub. Neither of them said Manon, and Gary didn't seem to react to that name. So I said, Alex, what would you like to name him? And Alex said, Gary. And I said, okay. I asked him. He gave me an answer. Usually he will, if he doesn't have an answer, he'll just say, what do you think? Or I don't know. But he had an answer, so I had to honor it, which is just fine. It's fine. I'm cool with it. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm doing an increase. Anyway, yeah, so Gary is named Gary because Alex named him, but I don't mind. I think Gary is a very cute name, especially when you go Gary and Beelzebub. Your bird is named the Devil. Is that the mean one? No, that's not the mean one. The mean one is named Gary. The nice one is named Beelzebub. It's like backwards. You know what it is like? When I was growing up, we had two birds and their names were Athena and Joe. Athena was this white and blue budgie. She was so beautiful. And Joe was like, you know, like budgie. Like wild animal budgie, caught from the wild, whatever that looks like. That's what Joe looked like. And since he was so average as far as budgies go, we went with Joe. So we had Athena and Joe. And now I have Beelzebub and Gary. Basically the opposite. Athena, goddess of love and war. Beelzebub, the demon, the devil. But she's so friendly. She's such a nice bird, Beelzebub is. And she says Beelzebub. She goes, Beelzebub, Beelzebub. And it's very cute. And Gary says Beelzebub also. Gary will call her name. Gary's a great name. I think so too. I think Alex did a good job. And Toby was already named. Toby is this little fella down here. This little 4.5 pound Squirtle. Oh God, look at how cute this dog is. Are you kidding me? Tell me that's not the... Tell me you don't just want to grab him by the skull and just squeeze it, because I do. Every day I want to so bad. I want to grab his ears and just hold him. You can't do that because he's very small, but you can want to. Toby gets my cuteness aggression turned all the way up. He's just very cute. And Toby, what a good name. Our first Chihuahua was named Thunder. We didn't name him. He was named already when he came in to care. And Toby was already named as well. His mom gave him that name, and I said, that's a perfect name. I love the name Toby. And then Peekaboo, I named Peekaboo because I really like the name Peekaboo for a cat. I think it's cute. And so Peekaboo is what her name is. Oh, this is growing pretty quick. I went with smaller needles for this one because I already had the larger needles in use for the other one. I don't know when I'm going to change colors, but the next color, what do you think it should be? We've got this like creamsicle orange, and then a bright pink, and then happy sunshine yellow. What should the next color be? I have blue. What are the colors I even have? Where did I put them? Oh, I have blue, pink, and then this sort of confetti sort of color. Anyway, I'm ready for this ear infection to be gone so I can hear myself talk again. It sounds like I'm talking with with earplugs in. That's what I'm hearing. So if you aren't noticed, oh, I forgot to increase. Knit the front, knit the back. What a pretty increase. So much better than just yarn over. Way less visible. I wish I could show you. It would make me very happy to be able to show you, but unfortunately, due to reasons, why is that so loose? Due to reasons, I can't, because for some reason my camera did not connect this morning, and so that's what's up. Oh, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm gonna try and finish this tutorial. I already have another tutorial up and ready. Sorry, my lip is peeling. Cool. I already have another video ready for Tuesday. So next Tuesday, a tutorial is coming out, and do you want to know what it is? I'll tell you. It is it's kind of how to finish a knitted sweater. So I did all of the finishing steps. Sorry, one of my plants just moved without me asking it to. In the video, I show how to finish a sweater, like how to do the collar, not how to weave in the ends. I show myself weaving in the ends. I do the Kitchener stitch to close up the armpits. Just everything involved in finishing a knitted sweater is going to be, and blocking. I showed how to block in that video. It's going to be in my next video, which I hope that you guys like, because I worked really hard on it, and it's not too long. It's only like 13 minutes. Which was my goal, and I almost hit my goal. It's like 12 minutes and 50 seconds, and my goal, or 12:40, and my goal was like 12 minutes. So, bada bing, bada boom. All right. Oh, I've made it to the beginning of my round again. Oh, it's so much easier when it's a short round. I love that. It feels so fast. I'm going to switch back to the other one now, because I think I've gone far enough in this one, I think. 10:15 already? Where does the time go? You know what I mean? You guys doing anything fun this weekend? What am I going to do this weekend? It is the 23rd, so tomorrow, 24, 25. January. I love seeing your Chihuahua just laying there behind you. Mine do the same thing. I feel like Chihuahuas sleep for 20 hours a day. Toby and Thunder, anyway. As far as I know, they are the longest sleeping dogs I've ever experienced. They sleep all day. Like, even if Toby goes for a 2-hour-long walk, he's going to sleep all the day. If he goes for a 30-minute walk, he's going to sleep all the day. Like, it doesn't matter. He's always ready for a real good nap. Which is silly, because he's so little. Not that he's going for a 2-hour walk at this time of year. Let's be honest with ourselves. Toby is definitely not doing anything above and beyond just going outside to pee. It is way too cold for his tiny little body. You have Chihuahuas too. I love them because they're like me. Small and mean. They'll bite your ankles. Well, Toby doesn't bite ankles, as far as I know. Not yet. But he definitely barks at anyone who comes into our house, and will bark at them until it's like the 4th time they come into our house. But I love them. I love them anyway. Thunder was a wonderful Chihuahua, and Toby is a wonderful. Do you want to see Thunder? Alex got me a beautiful portrait of him for Christmas. Thunder died last January, and devastated me deeply. But now I am mostly healed from such devastation. And look at this little fella. Look at him. Look at that dog. Come on. Tell me that. Let's just put him here so that we can just enjoy him today. Oh, God. That was the best Chihuahua. There's never been a Chihuahua like Thunder. Sorry, Toby. You're wonderful and I love you. But, like, look at Thunder. Oh, he's gorgeous. Very good. Anyway, he was the perfect dog. He did everything right, and they indicted him. Unfortunately, he aged, you know? Unfortunately, dogs age. I miss that guy. I miss that guy, Candace. I miss that guy. I miss him all the time. I miss him every day. At some point every day, I think about him. I love him still so much. As Alistair says, he's dead. Thunder's dead. But we still love him. And we still think about him. And he's still here. He's in our hearts. We can't see him anymore because he's dead. We can't see him because he's the grass, like Mufasa. But we still remember him, and we think about him, and we keep him in our hearts. That's what my 3-year-old nephew says. He died, like Mufasa. So now he's the grass. But we don't forget him. We love him, and we have him in our hearts. He's so cute. My nephew is he's just a very sweet little guy, and he's so, like, emotionally present, which is very cute. It's so hard to lose them. I lost my Maggie, and she was the best, but I love my others too, but I think I love them more when they die. Does that sound terrible? Nope. I'll never love another dog like Thunder. I'll at least currently, there will never be another dog that can even come close to comparing. I love Toby. I won't even try to compare him to Thunder because there's no chance that he will win. I love Toby. Toby is my dog. Thunder had a piece of my soul, and he took it with him when he died. So I currently am not a full person because Thunder existed. I will never be whole again because Thunder existed. That being said, when Toby dies, hopefully in 15 years, I'll probably feel the same way because by then he will have been with me for a very long time. Thunder was with us he was our dog for 11 years, I think, or 10 and a half years. It's like having children. Wow, children, you love them all. You just love them different. I don't know. I don't have kids. All I have is my animals. So for me, they are the deepest love that I know. Obviously, I love my nieces and nephews very deeply. So I have children in my life. I'm just not a mother. So for me, these animals are my children, and I love them as such. Children are honest and wonderful. They are honest and wonderful, and when they say things that make you go like, you do understand stuff. There is something making it into your brain because no one said he's like Mufasa. No one said he's turned into the grass. No one said that to him. But he said he's dead, like Mufasa. So Thunder is grass. But we remember him, and we keep him with us by remembering him. And then, of course, his mom said we keep him in our heart. So now he says, we keep him in our heart. But he on his own went, Thunder's dead, like Mufasa. Are you sad, Auntie Laura? Like are you sad like Simba? And I say, like, I'm sad like Simba, but I still love him. Like, I don't know. He gets it. This little boy understands something more than his words currently allow him to express. When I hug and kiss my chihuahuas, I tell them, I'll miss you and your dad. I'll miss you. I have told all of my pets that. I've also talked with my friends about that, where we say like, oh, I'll need to be committed. I'll need to be put into the hospital when he dies. That's what I thought about Thunder. But it's true. I can get myself worked up to the point where I'm crying, imagining a future where my pet is going to die. All of my pets are going to die. Every one of them will die. And I know that. And you know what's so crazy? When I talk about it before they've died, I can talk totally separated from it. Like right now, I'm like, Toby's going to die one day, and probably I'm going to have to put him down. But when that happened to Thunder, holy macaroni, it derailed me. It derailed me. Absolutely derailed me. I thought, I know I'm going to have to put him down. And I even knew I'm probably going to have to put him down this year. Like, I knew he was aging and he was dying. Like, Thunder was in the process of dying for a year before he actually died. I knew he was dying. I just had not emotionally connected to it. The day that we had to put him down, the whole way to the vet, I was crying and saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I know it'll fuck me up when Toby dies, but he's not going to for a long time. He's a very healthy, very happy, very active Chihuahua. He's going to be with us a long time. He's already had multiple dental cleanings, so he has good, strong teeth, the ones that are left. All 8 of the teeth he has left. Same with Peekaboo. She's going to be with us forever. I think Peekaboo will probably live forever. She's like a stray cat who was fed dead rabbits for however long of her life. She's definitely going to live a long time. She lived a hard life, so now she's just going to relax. Oh my god, I do that too. Why are you going to die one day, animals? Well, the birds will live a very long time, most likely. My friends were worried about me when Maggie died. They came and took care of me. That's very nice. And, like, if you have a cat or a dog for 10 years, for 15 years, it seems crazy to me that people are just like, that's too bad. Sorry. But no one knows them. No one really knows them like you know them. If you lose a child who's 10 years old, the whole world stops. Like, losing a 10-year-old human devastates a community. Losing a 10-year-old dog devastates only one person. It's just like, it's hard. Because people were like, oh, sorry to hear about your dog. And I'm like, you don't even care and you don't even know. You don't even know. And then anyone who's lost a dog before is like, sorry about your dog. And you're like, I know, thanks. Anyway, Thunder is home now. We have Thunder. We have CJ. We have Rohan. All of our dead pets came back to us. So now they will never leave me again. So even though Thunder died, he will never leave and he will never be forgotten. My daughter has a 19-year-old cat that she's had since she was 12, and she knows the time is coming, and it's very hard for her, but she loves him so much. So do I. 19-year-old cat, yeah, that's... I mean, there are some cats who live till they're like 27. They don't look very good, but they do technically live till they're 27. So maybe your cat's going to live forever. I only want real pity, not fake pity. Exactly. I only want pity from people who've experienced the heartache. I don't want pity from people who are like, oh, your dog died? No, I died. The body of my dog died, but I died. Anyway, we didn't get a new Chihuahua right away. Thunder died in January, and Toby came into our lives by happenstance in June. So it was just luck and serendipity that Toby came into our lives, and I'm so glad that he did, because I love him very much. He's a very, very good boy. But I didn't seek him out in advance. It was more like I looked and he was there, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm just labeling every 5 rows so that I know how many increases I've done, because I'm doing an increase on every 5th row. I know, right? Anyway, let's talk about nice, happy things instead of our dead pets. Although I'm happy to talk about my dead pets all the time because they are a part of my heart and soul. So, you know, what are you going to do? How did we do here? We did 1, 2, 3. Okay. I don't know how many rounds in yellow I want to do before I switch to another color. What do you think? I think I should probably switch colors. Maybe I'll go back to the pink. Or do you think I should do blue? You think use the speckle yarn next? If you say so. At the next round of 5. Because I did 5 in the orange, so I think I want to do it in groups of 5. Let me show you what the speckle yarn looks like first, so you can see if it's actually a good idea to use or if it's not a good idea to use. I'm doing increases every 5 rounds, and I'm doing 4 increases per round. So I'm increasing at basically like where the armpit is on the 2 corners under the arm. That's where my increases are going. You can't tell because the cable is short, so it doesn't look like it's increasing, but I promise it is. Here, I can stretch out this one area so you can see. See how it's like bubbling out. It's gonna be really cute, hopefully. I hope it fits. I honestly have no idea how big a 1-year-old is. In my head, this looks as big as Elizabeth, but it looks huge. Just like in my head, this looks like a 4-year-old, but now that it's growing, I'm like, am I a 4-year-old? Are you calling me skinny? So I'll be right back because I have to pee and refill my coffee because now it's cold. And I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. You guys can just stare at my beautiful dead dog and the alive dog that's sleeping under here, and I'll be back shortly. I'll turn the music up for you though. Hey, click the thumbs up button. The birds, while I was downstairs, started saying out, which means Toby needs to go outside, so I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Or he needs to go to the bathroom. I already went to the bathroom. All right, I'm back, and I've got some yarn choices for you. Good boy, Toby. So he peed outside because he's a very good dog. Okay, I had my potty break, and I got my coffee too. Thanks. Yes, there's our break for everybody. Let me turn the music down so that you can hear me. I didn't top off my coffee. Cold coffee, when it's not cold, when it's just warm coffee that cooled down, it's not the vibe. All right, so we've got in the stash here, we've got lighter yellow, like buttery baby yellow, and we've got purple. Put this box over here. And we've also got not a lot in any of these colors. These are more scraps. So not enough of any of those. We do have lots more pink though, so I'll pull that out. And then we also have, these are just acrylic because the acrylic is what we're working with. I also have a bit of a darker or a pinker purple, let's call it. And oh, it smells so good in here. It smells like Eucalan. And I have an even darker purple, but I don't think I like that one. And I have a very pale baby blue, but that's a thinner yarn. I already have that one. I already have that one out. And I have some dark gray. I don't think dark gray is gonna work. Okay, so those are the options. Let me show you my options. We have pink, buttery yellow. Here's what it looks like, by the way. Here's what we're working on. We have more pink, buttery yellow, pale purple, pale blue, pinkier purple, or speckled as our next color. So we've got Yarn Room is voting lilac, which is, this is not really lilac in real life. I know it kind of looks it. It's a little darker. I think that the buttery yellow might look really cute because then it'll go orange, yellow, light yellow, and then we could do speckle as the bottom. So my vote, I think, is pale yellow, even though it's pretty close, like, to the color, I mean. It's just like a lighter shade. So then it would go like pink, orange, yellow, light yellow, and then we could do like speckled after that. That could be kind of fun. Or we could go for a darker color in there. Pale purple. You think the pale purple? You still vote pale purple? Anybody else got any other opinions? Do what you're feeling. I don't know though. I feel like if we go in the direction of the purple, it might come out looking more Eastery than I'm planning. I think that if I go with the blue or the purple, either way, blue or purple, I think that the blue and purple will both make an Easter dress. Like, I think now this is a baby's Easter dress, you know? Whereas if I keep the colors as warm colors, it can just be a dress. There's no, like, guarantee that it's a... But the other problem is this confetti color doesn't have the colors that I'm using. It has colors, but I guess the yellow is close, but it's not the same. And the orange is close, but it's not the same. So I don't know. Yellow! Go with your vibe. I think you're right, because that's the first thing I thought. So I should go with my gut, but it's not even time to change colors yet. We still have a couple more rounds, I think. We just did an increase, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 more rounds, and then we can change colors. Yellow, ombre yellow. Yes, ombre. You know, before all of the hair things where people used the word ombre out loud often, I thought it was ombre, you know, like ochre, burnt ochre or yellow ochre. So I was like, ombre. If ochre is how you pronounce O-C-H-R-E, then O-M-B-R-E will be ombre. Nope. It's not ochre, but it is ombre. So now you know. No, not the speckle. Yeah. Speckle confet didn't work out. A very sunrisey dress. For Elizabeth's first year around the sun. It could be her birthday dress. My niece is going to turn 1 on March 15th. And I don't know if she'll fit in this dress by then because she is the biggest baby in the whole world. She's a giant baby. I'm going to crochet now and watch. Okay. If you have anything important to say, then chime in at your leisure. Toby, where'd you go? Back to the carpet. What's that all about? Is it too warm over here or is it too cold over here? I don't know which one is the problem. He's just lying flat, like flat out, like a loaf, except with his arms extended really far straight. It's very cute when he does that. I love when things grow quickly. Yarn things, I mean. I always have something to say, but I'll be silent for a little while, while I like listening to you. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully I can find something to say that's worth listening to. I am doing knit front, knit back as my increase, but I kind of want to learn another increase soon, so maybe on the other dress I'll learn a new increase, because I've done yarn over, I've done make one. What have I done? Make one left and make one right, but I don't remember what those are. Like, I don't remember how to do them, and now I've done this one, knit front back, which might not be called that. That's just what I've been calling it. Knit front back. That's the increase name. Are any knitters in here? I'm not one of them. I'm learning to knit. I'm still learning, but I'm getting better. I'm doing 2 learning crafts this year. Learning craft number 1, watercolor. You know what though? Maybe I should bind a book again. I do have that dictionary. It's just so large. I don't know how we'll rebind it well. Or recover it. It doesn't need to be bound. It needs to be covered, right? Is it still called rebinding if you're just putting a new cover on it, or is it just called recovering? And then it sounds like you're recovering something, but I'm recovering. It's different. You know? Where is everyone today? First of all, rude. 7 of us in here today. Not that I don't love each and every one of you. Happy to have you here. 5 now, 2 left. 5 of us here today. Not that I don't love all 5 of you, but what happened to our, 13? What happened to our 17? Let's have 17 in here again. Where did our classroom full of people go? We need a classroom at least. Well, right now we're just doing a stitch and bitch, I guess, if it's just a few of us. Shoot, I lost it. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. I went, like I had something to say. Oh, I have something else I can say. Rude, so funny. It is rude. It seems rude. So I have geraniums that I took cuttings from my geraniums that were hanging baskets, and I'm here and I can't for 2. Hold on. I'm here and I count for 2. So what you're saying is there's only 4 people? Wait, hold on. So I have geranium cuttings that I took from my geranium hanging baskets in the spring or in the summer. I took them in the fall, the cuttings. But they've been rooted or I don't know if they rooted. Now I think they've rooted because they're growing. I have not checked. I'll check right now. I was going to just say it's alive. My geranium is alive. My cutting of a geranium, it's got to be rooting because of how alive it is, right? If it's putting out new leaves, there must be roots. I'm not a doctor, but look. I'm basically a scientist. Maybe not a doctor, but I am a scientist. Also, what else is coming back that died? I wanted to show you. I guess I can't. I guess I don't know. I'll show you this again, because I'm proud of it. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Wow. Isn't it pretty? I'm very pleased with this coleus. Living in a window, happy. I love it. I'm going to use it for my friend groups. Tell them, let's go stitch and bitch. Stitch and bitch is a thing. It's like if you're either knitting or crocheting, stitch and bitch is like if you're going to like a meetup. Well, I used to go to meetups when I lived in Toronto, and they were called stitch and bitch. And it would be like, there would be a call. Everybody, we're going to be at this coffee shop from this time to this time. And then we would just sort of sit in a circle and knit or crochet. I was crocheting solely at the time, and it was called a stitch and bitch. Because you do your stitches, and then we chat together. It just rhymes, and that makes it funny. You know? I think you should use it. But also, only we should be allowed to use it. That geranium reminds me of grade 9 science class. The windows were filled with them. Were they really? Geraniums were a popular teaching tool? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm on my 4th round. My windows are currently crazy. Every window in my house is currently letting in almost no light because they are packed with plants. And that is the way that I like it in the winter, because in the winter there isn't enough sun to go around. So I have grow lights helping, but everything is also very close to the windows. I do need to start thinking about how I'm going to move my plants, where I'm going to put them, because it is seed starting brain time. It's not seed starting time, but it's time to start thinking about seed starting. I need to get my seed starting equipment from outside. My pots. I need to go buy seed starting mix. I have labels this year, so this year we are going to have good labeling. But there's last year there was 144, I believe, varieties that we planted. And this year I'm adding another 25. So I don't know how I'm supposed to have 170-ish types of plants. That's not individual seeds. That's varieties of seeds. So I don't know how I'm going to make it work this year. I think I'm going to have to do like stages of seed starting. Like the first set of seeds that is going into the grow lights will be able to go outside earlier, like that kind of a plan. I don't know. I haven't fully come up with the plan, but I know that I do not have enough grow space. Wow. Grow space. I don't have enough grow space for how many things I plan on growing. So I don't know how we're going to manage that. Am I going to get more grow lights? Probably not. So I'm going to have to find some kind of way to do it with time. Like maybe I'll leave the lights on 24/7 and I'll just move plants so that every thing gets 12 hours. Because let's say I can grow, like last year I managed to grow 144 varieties. But if I have 144 underneath the grow lights for 12 hours, move them, and then put the other ones under for 12 hours so that everybody's getting 12 hours of sun. It's just the wrong 12 hours for one group of plants. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do, but I do have to figure something out. And I need to bring my seed, my grow lights, like my grow shelves, my seed starting shelves, I need to bring them upstairs and find somewhere to put them. I genuinely do not have room for them this year. I don't know what my plan is because everything is, there's no room. But I have to figure it out because I'm starting so many seeds. Get more lights is what it sounds like you need to do. Yeah, it sounds like that, but like I have so much stuff. I'm a very stuff-filled person. I'm stuffed. Can you tell? This is the way that my life is. It's stuffed. It's full of things I love, but it's absolutely packed with things that I love. So in order to have the grow lights come up, something else needs to come down. You know what I mean? There's not enough room to just add the grow lights in. And I don't know. I need my seed pack, my seed starting cups, whatever they're called, the 6-pack things. It's going to be fun and wild and a lot, but it's going to be worth it, and I'm going to enjoy the garden that comes from it. I'm going to be doing a lot of seed starting direct seed outdoors for things like poppies, nasturtiums, Sweet Alyssum. Amaranth. Most of those, I think, is going to be things that I start outside. It's hard, I get it. I'm the same way. I'm a stuffed person. I love stuff. I love stuff, and I love the stuff that I love. I will say one thing about the stuff that I love is all of it is thrifted, so I'm not attached to any of it in a way that it won't take any, none of this stuff takes any of my soul with it. I love it, but if it breaks, I throw it out. You know what I mean? If what was the saying? If it gets cat pee on it, will you throw it out or will you wash it? That's how you know, like, if it's something that matters. And pretty much everything in my house, if it got cat pee on it, it would be thrown out. I'm, like, not attached to all my stuff. I love it. Like, I'm deeply attached to it right now. But if something happens to it, it's, like, all replaceable because it's all thriftable. Sentimental, not sentimental. Sentimental. It's not sentimental. Okay, I love it, but it's not sentimental. Okay, that's what it is. But each item, if I interact with the specific item, I can sentimentalize it. I can turn it into sentimentality by just like interacting with it for a few minutes and being like, oh, this mug is so good. I never want to get rid of this mug. It's unfinished where the trees are, but glazed where the sky is, and it's so pretty. But if I dropped it and broke it, I would just throw it out. I wouldn't be freaking out about it. Yeah, it's not sentimental. That's the right way. Thank you. Anyway, I love my stuff, but I'm not sentimental about it. Like if someone came into my home, and said, "Oh my God, I love that," I would say, "You can have it. I also love it, but you can have it. I'll find something else that will fill the space that leaves behind." Sorry, I was confusing. Yeah, I'm very attached to sentimental things, but not thrift things. Yeah, I have certain things that are super sentimental, obviously, but most of my things are thrifted, so most of my things are not sentimental. Like, I have sentimental things that I found. Like, I have a pearl necklace that I found in the snow in Ottawa many years ago, and I don't think I would get rid of that for anything. It's like one of my favorite things that I have. It's just so pretty and so classy, and it was meant for me. I tried to find the owner. Not very hard, but I tried. And by tried, I mean I looked if anyone was looking for a pearl necklace. Nobody was, and it's a beautiful pearl necklace. It's like 14 karat gold clasps and beautiful silk string tying it, and the beads, the pearls are all uniform and saltwater. Like it's somebody's heirloom pearl necklace. Like it wasn't a cheap pearl necklace. I worked at a jewelry store at the time that I found it, and I remember I brought it in to be appraised because I was like, I can't find who it belongs to, so it's mine, and I just want to know if it's freshwater or saltwater. And the gemologist was like, "Ooh, these are really nice saltwater pearls. These are not cultured." I was like, okay, thank you. So fancy. Let me count my rows again here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you stupid? What's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I still have one more left. 5. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so I'm sentimental about that thing. But, you know. Anywho, I'm a very thrifty queen here. Maybe where that couch is could be where my grow lights go. I do like having it in the kitchen though, because there's tile floors, and without a doubt I will spill water at some point when watering the seedlings. Oh, 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 oh. I want to like see how wide this has gotten without switching the cable size, but that's not possible, so I just have to imagine it until it starts to get bigger. But it's gonna be really cute, and I can feel it. See, we always find space. There's always going to be room to start more seeds. Gosh, I'm so excited. What seeds need to start first? Who needs the most time? My lizanthus died, So sad about that. I have a indoor Lysianthus. Hey, Katrina. Your hair is pretty, and is that a picture of thunder? It is a picture of thunder. Alex gave it to me for Christmas. We were talking about thunder a little while ago, and Alex gave me this adorable portrait of thunder. This is from when we got him. So he was just a baby. He was only 4 years old. But thank you. And my hair is pretty, thank you. I cut my bangs yesterday, and I dyed my hair. So appreciate you. Oops. There we go. I don't know what seeds need the longest to start. I'm gonna have to sort my seeds by who needs the most time. I feel like this year my zinnias are probably going to be my most exciting section of garden because I have the most varieties that I'm excited about this year. For zinnias, I have what looks to be Victorian Wedding from Florette Flower Farm. I don't know that that's what it is. It could just be some other fancy variety, but I collected seeds from one that was like beautiful and big and like creamy pink, like white. It was a white cream flower, but it was pink. Like you looked at it and you'd go, it's a pink flower. It's a white flower, but it was so big. It was like creamy and like buttercream. It was beautiful, beautiful. So I have seeds from that. I will grow that one. And then I also have the lilac and peach Cinderella varieties, which are like a cupcake tufted sort of look, which is very exciting. Those are my exciting things. And then I have a bunch of beautiful cosmos that are going to be growing. You got me thinking about bangs the minute I saw you. I'm thinking hard about getting them. My hair is gray. Bangs suck, bro. I love how they look, but you wake up every morning looking like a freak. Bangs do not sit this way. They don't just sit this way, unfortunately. It's like a thing where every time I shower, I have to brush them forward and let them air dry forward. And then the next day, I have to brush them with a round brush to look like this. So they're not like, it's not, I have wavy curly hair. This is on, don't get bangs and don't get a parrot. Those are my bits of advice. But if you don't care about your hair, get bangs. They're so fun. They're so fun and they look so cute. Look how cute they look. But, like, you have to do something to them all the time, which is, like, a bummer. I don't love having to do my hair every day. And with bangs, you have to do your hair every day. But you get to have bangs, which is fun. You know? Up to you. I'm also not super caring about my hair. Like, I shaved the sides recently, just the front, just basically from the thinnest corner of my hair down into the in front of my ear. I shaved that space on both sides because I felt like my bangs didn't look good when my hair was still there. I felt in a moment of, you know, smart decision making, I felt that it made my bangs look better. So I shaved it. And Alex came in and said, "Oh, you've shaved part of your head." And I said, "Yes. Do you like it?" And he said, "Sure. Looks great." I've been known to just shave my head on a whim, so I don't care about it. Not sentimental about my hair. There, okay, well, in that case, go for it. Cut the bangs. I'm also not sentimental about my hair. It will grow, eventually. At some point. The whole back of my head is shaved also. But that's for sensory reasons. It's because I will probably go crazy if I have hair back there. You know the hairs that don't go into the ponytail when you have a ponytail? That area all has to be shaved off. I having a ponytail and then having pieces come out of it, that's a no from me. Instead, I will just have it shaved forever. And it will keep me cool in the summer, and it will keep me comfortable in the all seasons. I remember when it became a cool thing to do, I wanted it so bad, an undercut. I thought it was so cool when I was in high school, and I didn't do it in high school because I was obviously scared to do it. And then I did it eventually, a long time later, and now I will never live another way. I don't think I'll ever go back. Why would I? I hate the hair that grows there. The only downside is you have to repeatedly shave it. I had a friend crying and cry because they cut an inch too much off her hair. I could not believe it. I don't feel that way. I feel like when I go to the hairdresser, when they say, what are you looking for today? Like, what are we thinking? Do we want to do the same thing as last time? I just say, as long as it goes into a ponytail at somewhere on my head, as long as all of the hair that is here will go into one ponytail, do whatever you want otherwise. I don't care. And usually that's always fun. I leave with a fun hair. Because I don't care. And then they have a good time, I have a good time, and my hair goes in a ponytail. That's the only rule. Okay, I think we've got our 5 rounds now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. So now we're going to switch colors. What is it? What? What is it, Beelzebub? Hear that noise? They must have seen something outside. Oh, that's strong yarn. I need scissors. That I think is happening. Did you see something outside, birdie birds? Hi, baby.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Maybe after the yellow, I'll go back to the pink. That might be fun. Little temperature dress. Uh-oh, where did that stitch marker go? Oh, stitch marker. There you are. Beautiful. God, I've been waiting for this day when you needed to use scissors. Candace, I didn't use the scissors for something that wasn't fabric or yarn, okay? So actually I'm fine. I do need to sharpen them somehow. Do they come apart? Oh, they do. Oh, yeah. They've definitely seen better days. I've definitely given them a bit of damage. But it'll be fine. Okay, gotta go. You've been wonderful to listen and talk to. See you next time. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. So feel free to join us on Monday. We'll be here and we will be having a good time. So I'll see you then, or I'll see you another time. The yarn room. Goodbye, yarn room. I want a yarn room. But I can't. I can't have a yarn room. I have a small home. My home is too small for a yarn room. Okay, I need another stitch marker. Oh good, I've got one. Just lovely. Oh, hi everybody. Thanks for clicking the like, guys. By the way, if you're new, subscribe. Hold on a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I have to mark my stitches. I just noticed a bunch of you came in and I was trying to greet you, but I have to mark my stitches. What do you want from me? There. Good. I'm making a baby doll dress right now. I'm working in the round and I'm working the skirt part. I've just switched colors. I'm doing an increase every 5th round and I'm doing 4 increases in that round. So every 5th round gets 4 increases. And I hope that's going to be enough increase to give it a cute little sort of A-line baby doll dress shape. It's my hope. Monday and Wednesday are when I do my live, but definitely Fridays. I will be here. Okay, sounds good. Very cool. I want a yarn room someday. I think I want a craft room someday where all my supplies go. Like, that's not my craft room, you know? Like, I want an open storage with open shelves all around the room that isn't for where I work on my crafts. It's just where everything gets stored. And then I take my crafts, whatever I'm working with, into another room to work on. I need two craft rooms. One that is a work room and one that is a storage room. Maybe they're attached by a doorway. Not with a closing and opening door, just like an open door. You know, like in like a big apartment, if there was a big apartment that had like a bedroom with a huge walk-in closet, not a little walk-in closet, like a walk-in closet that's a whole room, then I would take the master bedroom and the walk-in closet as my craft room and my work room. Usually I take over some area of the house that is not typically meant as an office, aka where I am right now is the living room of this house. Alex is in the parlor as his office, and then our bedroom is the office. So Alex is in the parlor of the house, I'm in the living room of the house. This house was built in 1898, which is why it has a parlor. Anyway, he has the parlor, I have the living room, and then our kitchen is a kitchen. We skipped out on having a living room in order to have our offices as the main floor of the house. And I think I like it that way. I really do like having my area that I work being the middle of the house. I like having all the animals around me and Alex walking in and out of my room. Like if I had an office that was separate and all mine, no one's going to come into it. It's only me. I like being in the center of all the action. So I prefer my office to be in the house's living room. And I think in every apartment we've had, it's been the living room. We had a living room in our first apartment, and my workroom was the kitchen at that first apartment. It was very small. Our second apartment, we had a little bit of a bigger space. I took over the living room. We still had a living room, but I had the majority of the living room and the dining room. Our third apartment, I had the dining room and the living room, and then half of the living room was... And then our fourth apartment, Alex and I both shared the living room. We had one office as our office. We just had 2 tables in our living room. I was in Toronto. We had floor-to-ceiling windows on, like, 3 walls. It was beautiful. Oh, 2 walls. We were a corner unit. God, I loved that apartment. Anyway, and now here, living room and parlor. You know, it works, and I like it. I have been looking at houses lately. Not to purchase. I'm a renter, thank you very much. But I have been looking at houses lately in the Niagara region. I would love, love, love to live location-wise in like Brantford or Cayuga or Caledonia or Port Dover, like all of those Lake Erie towns between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. I would love to live in any of them. Or St. Catharines. It's just like none of them have exactly what I want. And I'll just complain to you guys. I do want to find a new place to live. I would like to have a place that has a fenced-in grass backyard for Toby to be able to just hang out in the backyard. Our backyard is fine. It's made of concrete, and he's a Chihuahua, so he loves to just lie in the hot sun on the concrete in the summer. But I would like to have other options. I want a bigger yard. I want a bigger fence space. And I want a bigger garden. I want more room to have my garden. We all need a bigger garden, I think. And that's just a fact. So, do you have any plans for your gardens this year? What should I grow, Candace? What do you want me to grow for you? I know you're not a big gardener. What do you want me to grow for you? Do you want me to try to grow portulaca? I know I'm not interested in it, but I know you are, and I could put a hanging basket, or not a hanging basket. You know those things that go over top of your railing? What is that called? A window box? I could do like a window box of it. I know this year I want to do more lobelia. I enjoyed the like featheriness of the lobelia, and I want to do more baby's breath because I really enjoyed the featheriness of the baby's breath. I found that to be a lot of fun to look at. So I think I will definitely be growing a lot more baby's breath this year, but I don't remember if it did well from seed outside. I think it did. Like, I know I planted a few plants, but I think more seeds came up than plants that I grew. Did I really already do 4 increases? No, you missed one. I knew it. I knew you did. Weren't paying attention. Sorry, I just have to undo 10 or 12 stitches here. Hum. I think for me, I just want to make sure I don't have any orange. As long as there's no orange, I'm a happy camper. Not entirely no orange. I know that's impossible. Some of my poppies will inevitably come out orange. Some of my marigolds will inevitably come out orange. And some of my... Who else inevitably will? Snapdragons. There will probably be some orange on them. There's like some orange that I'm going to have to tolerate, but overall it's just try to avoid orange is what I'm going for in my garden. Did I do 4 increases? There's 1, I missed one here too. Why, Laura? We're on an increase round. You have one job to do. Ugh, I have to pull back all the way to there. So rude. Alright. This is gonna suck for me, so everybody just talk amongst yourselves as I complain about having to unpick stitches. I hate doing that. Oh no. Hold on. It's you. No. Come back. There. Undoing knit shouldn't be allowed. A green-eyed Susan. They were fun. I love the allium purple globes. Allium I would have had to already plant, I think. I don't think I have enough time for allium this year, Candace. I can do allium next year, unless I can plant it in the spring. I think allium's a fall, though. We'll check. But I don't have any allium, so I'll have to find it. I mean, I have onions, and I let them flower. Green-eyed Susan. So I have black-eyed Susans, and I have purple coneflower, white coneflower, or gray coneflower. I don't know what it's called. I have red echinacea now. I have the Paradise Mix echinacea. I have... oh, Rudbeckia cappuccino. I forget. Those are all the ones I have in that range. I don't know if I have, I don't think I have green-eyed Susan. I would know that, I think. I have black-eyed Susan. I'm so annoyed that I missed an increase. And now I have to undo all these friggin' stitches. It's so annoying. It's fine. I love purple coneflowers. I feel okay about them. I don't love how they age. Like, I don't love how if you don't pick them off the plant, the flower turns brown. I don't love that. I like flowers that either just shrivel up and fall off, or flowers that stay beautiful. When they turn brown, like purple coneflower and the gray-headed coneflower, they both turn into this, like, yucky brown when the flower gets older. Like, if you cut the flower and put it in a vase, 3 people, what happened? Where did everyone go? Anyway, if you put a coneflower in a vase, it does not age well. I find that they turn brown and look yucky in a vase after only a few days. So I like them, but it's like a lot of work to maintain them. You have to, it's not a lot of work. You have to cut them back every time they flower so that it doesn't turn ugly. You know? Alright, I made it. Now I can do my increase, and we can just be okay again. There. True. Yeah, so, I'm, even the red ones, like, coneflowers in general, I find the petals go brown. Like, zinnias, it takes a lot longer for the petals to go brown. Coneflowers, I find they go brown pretty early. But I still love them, and I still have a really good chunk of, Rudbeckia. This year, what I'm really excited about, though, is my Paradise Mix echinacea. I purchased it clearance for $2.50. It was a $10 gallon size, 5 gallon or 1 gallon. It was this big. The pot was this big. And it had red flowers on it, like hot pink red. Like red, but in the, like this plus a little bit more red. Like red, but nice stretch, Tobe. Good stretch. Anyway, it was a very unique looking group of flowers, and I'm very excited for that to come back this year. I planted that in the fall. That's not that. That is. Can't go wrong with straw flowers. They are everlasting for sure. Straw flowers are a good choice. I do like them. Hold on. Yeah, one more. Yeah, straw flowers are definitely nice. I do like them. I think this year I would like to get more of those gold ones to come back. Not that I have much luck with organizing my seed choice. It's just kind of like mixes of straw flowers now, so it's going to be whatever happens, happens. I think I would like to try and avoid getting only the red. Last year I got mostly that purpley red straw flower color. It was pretty, it was fine, it just wasn't what I wanted. I want pink, so I want silvery rose, and I want some more of the apricot ones this year. I think I might avoid the red ones altogether. But I don't even know if I have the red ones labeled as something different. I think they're just in the mix of straw flowers. I don't think I have, like, specifically a dark red straw flower, you know? But I don't recall. So we'll see. Straw flowers are lovely. The one thing I haven't purchased yet that I still have, like, the thought that I want to purchase, I don't know if I'm going to, but I have the thought that I want to, is Pearly Winged Everlasting. So it's like a straw flower, but it's small and white. But it looks just like a straw flower, like the same form as a straw flower with the same sort of center, except it's smaller and white, and you get multiple flowers on one stem instead of like a straw flower where you get one flower on one stem. So yeah, I thought that would be a cool thing to get. I just have to get it, and I haven't. And it's pretty specialty. It doesn't seem to be like available in store. It's kind of like one of those things you have to order. And you have to order it from one of the seed sellers that sells more like expansive selections. So we'll see what happens with that. It might not be for this year. Maybe that'll be next year's seed list. I do love flowers. And we're going to do the Sunrise Serenade Morning Glory again. That one is fun. Kind of sounds like Lisianthus. Pearly Winged Everlasting does not look like Lisianthus at all. Oh my god, Toby is so freaking cute. Oh my god, look at him. He's never struggled ever in his life. He's literally, hi bud. Oh, what a good boy. Look at that tummy. God, he's the cutest little thing. Dude is out with a capital O. He's out, but the minute he hears my voice, he's ready. He's ready for the action. Anyway, yeah, Pearly Winged Everlasting looks like a straw flower. Pretty much identically, just smaller. Lisianthus, I'm very disappointed that mine died. I hoped that it wouldn't, and it did. I didn't give it enough water or light at the beginning of winter, and I thought it was still alive because it's still green, but it just dried out green. So that didn't work out. At the end of this round, you'll probably be able to see how the yellow is looking. The first round never shows it, really. So cute. He looks like a bean. He's very sweet. He's a very sweet little kidney bean. He has very few brain cells, and all of them, whenever they are working, causes him to be exhausted for hours afterwards. When both his brain cells have to rub together for more than 15 minutes, it knocks him right out. He's so cute, though. He's actually really smart. I don't know why I call him dumb all the time. It's because he's dumb. Like, his character is dumb. But his brain can learn. He knows lots of tricks. It's just that his personality is a dumb one. Like, he thinks he's gonna catch a squirrel. He, like, barks at them like he's gonna get them. Like a guard dog. You're never gonna get them. They're always gonna be faster than you. And they're always gonna be able to climb and you can't. Does that matter to him? No. He's letting them know. He sees them off. Get away. He chases the cat, who isn't running away from him. He's a unique kind of guy. He's a chihuahua. He's exactly a chihuahua. That's all. He's exactly a chihuahua. So when people are like, they're so yappy, they're so loud, they're so annoying. Not at home. At home, they're like this. This is what all chihuahuas are like at home. Most chihuahuas, when you are home with them, this is what you get. What people are used to experiencing is chihuahuas who are out in the world. And Chihuahuas out in the world are the worst versions of themselves, let me tell you. Because at home, they are the best versions of themselves, and they are the cutest dogs when you have them at home. When you take them out in public, generally they turn into mini tyrants, but that's fine. You just have to pick them up, and then they go into air jail, and then they realize they have no power here. I love them. Okay, you're starting to see the light yellow show up now. Not quite. Oh my god, it's already 11:20. Where did the time go? I wonder how big is Elizabeth? Need to find her measurements. Her measurements change day to day. That baby grows all the time. I still remember as a kid in Cali, I had to babysit for a lady and her 21 Chihuahuas. That's maybe that's too many. Maybe that's animal hoarding. 21 dogs. Can you even like all of them if there's 21? 21 dogs? Like you in a house, Chihuahuas? Tell me all 21 were pee-pad trained and potty trained. Because the answer is they weren't. 21 Chihuahuas. Out of 21 Chihuahuas, I'm going to say 7 of them were fully potty trained, only going to the bathroom outside. The rest of them were inside outside. That's my established guess. I mean, California, I guess it doesn't get that cold. And she lived in a single wide. Oof! The smell. Even if every single one of those 21 dogs was fully potty trained and never, ever, ever peed in the house, ever, which is not, no Chihuahua will do that. Like, I don't believe there is any Chihuahua that will never, ever, ever, ever use a pee pad. Unless they're in a warm climate. Toby would be house trained if he was not having to go in negative weather. But if you live in Canada, there is no such thing as a fully outside peeing Chihuahua. There just can't be. It's -30. He's not going outside. He just won't. He'll go outside, he'll stand there for 1 second, and he'll turn around and cry. So, anyway, 21 dogs, even if they were all never, ever, 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 ever peeing in the house, the smell of 21 dogs would accumulate. Like, Toby doesn't smell because he's one tiny Chihuahua, but if there were 21... yuck. I mean, nice of you to babysit for her, but that's hoarding. But probably was fun for you as a kid. I had a neighbor who had 21 or 26 between 20 and 30 what are they called? Cockatiels. Between 20 and 30 cockatiels. And now that I'm a grown-up, I'm like, oh, that was hoarding. That was so many birds, and they were in a basement bedroom. All of them screaming all the time. Whenever you went in there, it was deafening. But as a kid, I was like, can I hang out with the birds? I didn't have any concept of animal care. So I was like, wow, I love these. Can I play with them? They're not really friendly. They just sort of live here. There was a lot of birds in that house. But you didn't know. When you came upstairs, you had no idea. The house was always beautiful and clean and big and gorgeous, but downstairs, the hidden secret. 25 birds. Cockatiels. So loud. Cute bird, though. Have you seen a cockatiel with their little hair piece? Their little coif? Yeah, that looks cute. The light yellow. That'll be fun. The bright yellow looks so bright on camera. It doesn't feel like it looks that bright in real life. Like, it's like warm and bright, but it's not like harsh. It looks so harsh on the viewfinder. What will this weekend have in store for me? I guess I'm gonna have to go to St. Catharines at some point this weekend. I don't know when though, Candace. I'll let you know what happens. I had one of those. I had one that swore she was gonna be a mama, laid eggs all the time. Well, these birds did lay eggs and have babies. And the babies stayed in the home. So the bird quantity increased. I think they might have sold the lovebird babies because they only ever had 2 lovebirds, but they were pretty much always on a nest or with a baby. She was a single girl. Aww. Just laying eggs. I'm surprised Beelzebub has never laid eggs. She's like definitely done the deed with Gary, but I don't know if they've never laid eggs with us. I'm fine with that. Interesting that they haven't. Gosh. My neck is sore. I need a massage. That's what I need. I need to book a massage. Maybe that's something I'll do today. Just book it at least. Then I can be like, I did my due diligence. My back hurts, but I did something about it. You know, you should not be driving out here. Not good travel weather ahead. Okay, well, the bad travel weather will be on Sunday, right? I think Saturday is clear. I'll see what Alex has in store. And we will connect. We'll figure it out. I think I'm going to try and finish this video today. That's my hope plan. I just don't want to film. I just want to sit down and knit, but I have to do it with the camera. I can sit down and knit as long as I'm doing it on camera. Come on, that looks cute. With the buttery yellow. Again, I hope it's growing enough. If I stretch it out just on one side, let's see how much. Oops, don't drop stitches. That's a bad idea. Like, it's increasing. It's just hard to tell. I'm in New York and they said we're going to get 15 inches of snow on Sunday. 15 inches. Whew. Yeah, we're getting 12-ish between Sunday and Monday. Hopefully. I don't even think we're getting any warm days for a while, too. I think that snow's sticking around, isn't it? Everybody preparing for the winter storm? Getting all your grocery shopping done? I guess it's good that I'll go grocery shopping on Saturday so that we're prepped for the storm. I don't want that much snow, I think. I think I'd like to not have that much, okay? Just like 6 inches. We don't need the whole 12. Just leave it in New York. We don't need it here. Ontario has enough. Thank you. We're all filled up. We don't need any more snow. Dog. So friggin' cute, Tobe. You're so cute. You're still cute, baby. Can you some snuggles? Can you put your little feet? Your little tum-tum. Oh, so small. Your little turkey leg. Your little face. Oh, yeah. Got itchy eye? Here, gotcha. There you go. Oh, much better. Oh, you got it. Oh, God, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. He's got his hand over just his nose. Let's see. I'm probably going to be a vortex, just to add to the fun. A vortex. Add new names for it's going to be cold. No, not just cold. A polar vortex. Why you gotta make it so stressful? Oh, his little hands. Let me just, I wish I could zoom in for you. Maybe I can. I just have to like be quiet about it so that he doesn't like move, because sound will make him move. Okay, ready for this? I'm giving you a gift. There you go. You could just have this for a few minutes. He hides his little nose. He's keeping his nose nice and warm because he's so small. He's just a little guy. Sorry, I'm talking in the voice that he knows is when I'm talking to him. I can't help it. So I have to talk in a normal voice for him to go to sleep, because if I start talking like I'm talking to a baby, he's just such a cute little guy. He's just my favorite little guy. See, he's like, I am your favorite little guy. Oh, so sleepy. Such a life. He has a rough life. Can't you tell? Can you tell? It's like, you know how people are like, you can tell when a dog is abused? I think you can tell the opposite also. You can tell when a dog has never been abused. Toby, when we got him, we adopted him from an older lady. And she's not even an older lady. We adopted him from a lady who was sick and was getting treatment and so couldn't take care of him anymore. So we adopted him from her. And when I brought him home, he was like this. Like, he was already, like, this dog has never had a moment of struggle. He's never, look at this. He's never felt unloved or stressed. Like, you know when people adopt a dog and they're like, yeah, he was abused, he's very afraid of men. When we adopted Toby, it was like, oh, this dog has lived the life of luxury. You can tell because of the way that he expects luxury. And he deserves it. Look at him. Tell me that dog doesn't deserve every bit of luxury that he gets. He's perfect. With his little turkey legs, and his tiny little head, and his sweet, stupid little smile, and his lack of teeth. This dog has just, he's never wanted for anything. I can tell you that. We've not even had him for a year, and I can tell the previous 7 years were good for him. He did not have a hard life. Like Thunder, he had a lot of, like, things about him that Toby does not have. And I believed Thunder also had a good life before we got him. We've had 2 dogs that had good lives before we got them, like 2 adopted dogs. I'll zoom out when I'm ready. I'm just enjoying watching Toby sleep. He's a sweetheart. He's a very sweet dog. And he's so little. Thunder was 6 pounds. I think he was 6.5 at his most heavy. And that was when the vet said, like, your dog is very fat. You need to have him lose weight. But Toby is 4.5 pounds. And he is so small. He's so small. And he's so simple. Look at him. I give you my belly. He does give his belly. It's not his belly. He doesn't have a belly. He has a barrel chest. Watch. There is no belly. Like when you like pet a dog's belly. Also, this dog does not have fear of loud noises or like scary things. Hello. Hello. Can I give you a cuddle? Can I give you a little pet? Oh, so sweet. Hi, Mr. Mans. Hi, Mr. Mans. You sweet boy. Is he not the sweetest? Look at these feet. Look at this. Look at this tiny little foot. Look at this tiny little foot. Look at wait, there's the one here too. Look at that tiny little foot. Oh, it's a good boy. Can you shake? You have your foot? Shake. How about for a treat? Will you do it for a treat? Here, you want a treat? Shake. Oh, that's so close. You did it. You did your best. Here, you want this? You say no, thank you. Okay, put it back in your bowl. Okay, you live your life, bro. You live your life. Would you mind showing up close how to hold the yarn and needles together? I'm learning how to knit and I feel like my hands don't belong to me when I try. I know exactly what you mean. I call it when my hands are stupid. That's an interesting way to put it. Like my hands don't belong to me. I literally say my hands are stupid. That's not a nice way to talk about yourself, but you know, sometimes... Sorry, I have to shrink this back to the right size, but it takes effort. There. Okay, let me see if I can connect my phone again, because it's usually auto. Hold on. Okay. We turn you off. And if I go to you, go to you. Ooh, look, there's two of me. Hello. Why will you not attach? Oh, there you go. Got it. Oh. Why are we frozen? Where did we go? Okay, that looks okay now. Still here, good. Still here. Hair looks fire. Thanks, Jules. Why did it do that? Hold on. You working? Okay. Where are you? Why didn't it work? Let me just figure out my life here, okay? Why do you not work? Just don't be rude, phone. Why are you not connected? It just don't work. It just don't want to work today. Maybe it... Looks like there's nothing to be done. Looks like there is no way to solve the problem. So we just have to accept that I can't show you things on my phone today. I will try and solve it by tomorrow, but I cannot show you today how to knit up close because I cannot get my phone to connect to my camera, to my computer, which is so rude. So I apologize. But I'll show you on Monday how to knit up close a baby doll dress with no pattern. That's okay, no worries, thanks. Sorry about it. It's not something I've got much control over. Zoom in like you did on Toby. Yeah, but it's backwards. It's the front of my knitting. When you watch for a tutorial, you want it from this way. Because this is what I'm looking at, so that's what you would be looking at when knitting, whereas looking at it from the back isn't going to help you. Anyway, we got 20 minutes left, and I'm going to get as far as I can in those 20 minutes, and hopefully it'll only take me a few hours after the stream to finish the video. Hopefully. I'm hungry. I don't know what I want to eat today. It smells like soup in my house right now because Alex just had his soup. See, I told you, I don't know what you're doing. That's alright. You're a crocheter, Candace. You don't have to know what I'm doing. If you were a knitter, I'd be like, you should know what I'm doing. I'm knitting. But you're not. You're a crocheter. How many rows do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm on my 5th row almost. Round. I don't know why I keep calling it a row. It's never been a row. It's been a round the whole time. I'm glad you guys came today. I was feeling all goofy and silly at the beginning of the stream, and that was fun. Alright, so I've done 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 rounds so far. And 25 rounds, how far have you got me? Where's my little measuring tape? Oh gosh, right in front of my face. Hold on. Sorry, this chair rolls so easily. Okay, measuring tape for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 rounds gives us roughly 5 inches. So an inch per 5 rounds. And how long do I need it to be? Maybe double this length? How big is a 1-year-old? I literally can't imagine. Can't imagine a 1-year-old right now. How big they are. I feel like this is the size. Is it too big? This might be 18 months. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll try it on Elizabeth and you guys can say, that's way too big. Or, oh my god, that's tight on her. You weren't kidding. That baby is huge. One of the two. We'll see. We'll see which one it is. I do like that it's not increasing too quickly. I think that's going to be a good thing. Like on this other one, I did an increase every other row for a while, and I think that is going to be more of a dramatic looking increase. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? I don't know. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. It's probably going to be fine. I have this, like, worry that it's not going to be fine. Oh, it's so pretty out today. I can't wait till it warms up just a little. I want to go to the forest and walk around, but it's treacherous right now because of how cold it is, so it'll be just icy, icy, icy there. And though I love the forest, I do not wish to have another sprained ankle. So I think I'll be fine without it for a little while longer. But I'm so excited for the heat to come back so that I can go forage and so that I can go garden. And so I can knit outside. Sitting and crocheting or sitting and knitting outside are like fun activities. Okay, so I did, how many rounds did I do? 5. So I did 20 rounds of dark yellow. Maybe I'll do 20 rounds of light yellow? Or do I just do 5 rounds of light yellow? No, I should do more than that. I don't know. Are we going to do embroidery on this to make it more jazzy? I can't wait to see Elizabeth in the summer. It's going to be so cute. Yeah, if she fits it. I don't know, Candace. It might be too small for her by summer. She's the biggest baby in the whole world. And therefore, whomst among us is to know whether that child is going to fit anything. She fits 12 to 18 some things right now, which is crazy because she's not even 12 months old. It's funny because the twins are also wearing 12 to 18 and they are 18 months old. No, they're not. They're wearing 9 to 12. They're wearing 9 to 12 and they are 18 months old, and Elizabeth is wearing 12 to 18 and she's 9 months old. They're like the opposite. It's gonna be time for another increase. I don't think this will take very long to do though. I mean, hours, yes, but not like weeks. And then after I finish this one, we can go back to the other one that we're working on that's a little bit bigger and hopefully will fit like a 3-year-old. In my head, I'm making it in 4T, but the more I go on it, I'm like, I think that's 3T. Yeah, my son wore 24-month clothes at 11 months of age. You know, some kids grow at completely different speeds than all the others, and either they just are big people or they stretch out and they're just big babies. What's weird is how when it's a fat baby, people think they need to comment that the baby won't mean that the child will be fat. And it's like a weird thing to comment about people. Like if you see a fat baby, you don't need to reassure the parent that that baby will not turn into a fat child. A fat child is not a bad thing, guys. It's not a problem that the general population needs to involve themselves with. But it's crazy because if anyone compliments Elizabeth while we're out, they go, "Oh, he's so sweet. Oh, he's a big boy." And then Julia or me will go, "Yeah, she's the fattest baby we've ever seen." And they go, "Oh, but she's beautiful. She'll grow out of it. She'll slim down as she gets bigger." Ma'am, this is a 10-month-old baby. I just don't need you to talk about her body at all. Like, me calling her fat is me calling her fat. You telling me that is not going to lessen her value because she is going to stop being fat at some point is crazy. It's a weird thing to say to people. "Oh, don't worry, she'll grow out of it." Excuse me? Maybe she won't. Maybe she'll be a fat kid and maybe she'll be a fat adult. Like, what a weird value judgment to make on someone else's child. It feels very bizarre. Whenever it happens and they say that, I'm like, yeah, maybe. What is it to you? I don't like people. Can you tell? I don't like people. I don't like interacting with people who have opinions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a healthy way to be, I think. Just don't interact with anyone who has an opinion. Because probably their opinion is just not the same as yours. That's not true. I don't think that. What a weird comment. I obviously think you should talk to people. I'm just saying. It was a weird comment. And it's not one time. I'm talking men and women of many ages, generally over 40. I don't think anyone under 40 has said something like that, but people over 40 say it all the time. If we ever say, like, one lady said, "Oh my God, she's a ham," and then Julia and I started laughing, and we were like, "We know she's like the whole Christmas turkey. Just look at these legs," and we just all like giggled about how chunky this baby is. Because it's a joyful thing. A fat baby is like the best thing you can see. You don't want to see a skinny baby, I tell you that. If you've seen a skinny baby, it is unnerving. A fat baby? The best. The best. There's never a baby that's so fat that you go, "Ooh, that's a fat baby." That's never occurred. That's never happened. Babies can't overeat. There's no such thing. There's no baby that's too fat. I have a lot of feeling. I'm the opposite of fat phobic when it comes to babies. Yes, it's a blessing. Exactly. So it's weird that people would make any comment at all other than, "Oh gosh, what a sweet fat baby." People are very afraid of the word fat, though. So when you say, "I know, she's fat," they go, "Oh no. No, she is. We got a baby powder behind her knees. She's a fat baby." I love her so much. I love her so much. And she loves me. And Alistair gets jealous of our love, and I also love that. Love when my nephew gets jealous of my love for my niece, and then he comes and he tries to get my attention, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so popular." Both of these small children love me. God, I love babies. I am the best auntie, I gotta tell you. Out of all the aunties that I know, I'm the best one. All the nieces and nephews. I am queen. That's not true. For some reason, Jules should grab her boobs and say, "It's a wonder I have any left." Oh, that's funny. Ew. Yeah, it does. People ask also, "Is she breastfed?" And then Julia says, "Was that an inside thought?" I think that was an inside thought. I don't need you to ask questions about my boobs, you know? And then they go, "Oh no, I just meant because she's like really healthy." Okay, well, we don't know each other, so what does that information benefit you? This is the other thing, okay? Old people, generally, no offense to all you oldies out here, but old people, the way they small talk is bizarre because I know that it was a harmless comment. "Oh, is she breastfed?" Just a harmless comment. You could have said yes or no. It wouldn't have mattered, and that lady wouldn't have remembered asking it and wouldn't have remembered the answer and would have gone on with her day. But it's a weird question to ask. This baby that you don't know, that you've never met, this woman that you've never met, you stopped them in a store to get their attention so that you could look at a baby. That's why. It's because there's a baby you wanted to look at. So because you wanted to look at the baby, you have to talk to the mother. And the first question you have is like, it's like being like, "Did you tear? Like, why are you thinking about my vagina?" There's just like questions that are like, you could just be like, "Oh, she's so sweet. What color do you think her hair is going to be?" I don't know. You could just say normal things. I don't know. If you want to talk about like, I don't know. I just feel like anything like that is weird vibes. If it revolves around someone else's body, maybe don't comment on it. "Is she breastfed?" Okay, are you talking about someone's body? Yes. So don't worry about it. She's healthy. Also, are you breastfeeding right now? No? Then it doesn't, what's the question? It was an older lady. Anyway, I just feel like people ask crazy questions, and my little sister is an absolute menace and will step to them when they ask weird questions. So Julia said, "That's a really weird thing to think about my tits." She said that in public, out loud. She used the word tits because it makes it grosser as opposed to saying breasts. So the lady, "Is she breastfed?" And Julia said, oh, what was it that she said? It was really good. It was like, was that an inside thought? It's a weird question to ask about my tits. Like that level of took the lady aback. She's also hit a woman who reached for her baby. An older lady reached for her baby, and Julia said, "Don't touch my child, don't touch my baby, don't touch my baby," and then slapped her hand, but slapped her hand. And the lady went, "Oh, you were just reaching for my baby, and I asked you 3 times not to touch her. Do not touch my baby." What are you doing touching a stranger's baby? First of all, in the year of our Lord 2025, did we not all just go through a global pandemic? Who's still reaching for babies? Who's still reaching for babies, guys? What is that? Have we not all come to the conclusion that we just don't touch strangers anymore? Since the pandemic, aren't strangers no more touching? Isn't that... I don't touch any strangers. I don't share drinks with people anymore. It's just, we just stopped doing it. God, I love Jules. Me too. It can be a little bit intimidating because she'll do it to anyone. She also has a new fun thing where when she's pushing a cart, if a man is pushing his cart towards her, she will not get out of the way. She will headbutt them straight on. Because, you know, men in grocery stores, I'm going to go on a Julia rant right now. Men in grocery stores are so entitled to them being the dominant person that they assume right of way, no matter if they are on the right side or the wrong side of the aisle, they assume right of way. And if you just sort of follow a man through a grocery store, every woman will move out of the way of his cart and let him pass. He will continue straight on his trajectory. And Julia noticed this and started not changing her trajectory. And I'm not lying to you, more than a few times, it ends in a collision. Because the men do not look up. They do not check that there is someone in their way. They know everyone will move out of their way. Julia does not move out of their way anymore. She just does not. And then when they hit her, she goes, "Oh, did you not see me? You should watch where you're going." She's literally like, she's like, oh, hell no, I do not move. She's very strong in the ways that she's strong. And they're very particular. Sometimes they don't apply to everybody. They just generally apply to adult men. She is also the best mom I've ever seen. So, like, she will destroy adult men as a hobby, and at the same time, she is raising her children in this gentle, understanding, and caring way. I think that she gets her sarcasm out on men so that she can be a gentle mother. I don't know that to be true, but she is a sharp-tongued, witty, sassy, and sarcastic person, just as general. It's like sassy, insult comedy. That's Julia. But she doesn't do that to her children at all. So I think she gets all of that energy out on adult men out in the wild. And when I get to be there for it, oh, it's fun. It's spicy, but it's fun. It can be a little scary, but it's fun. She just has no fear. She's like, I deserve to be here just as much as anyone else, and I am going to be here. And I'm going to take up as much space. She's basically protecting who she was in high school, I think. Like, who she felt like she was in high school. Adult Julia does not let anyone around her feel that ever. Yeah. The closest I got to doing that was, it didn't work out for me, because I went, there were Jehovah's Witnesses in front of my house, and I thought I was being so funny. So to the man that they were talking to, I said, "Are they bothering you, sir?" I thought I was really funny. It turned out he was also a Jehovah's Witness, and then they were trying to convert me. So it didn't really work out, but I thought that was very clever. If Jehovah's Witnesses are talking to someone, "Are they bothering you, sir?" Because they are, probably. She is the mama not to mess with. Heaven help her if her kids do sports, and then there's a sports dad there who's a bit much. Oh, lordy. Julia will... You know what she does? If people, like, are... If men are aggressive in public, Julia dresses them down with humiliation. Like when she said, was that an inside thought? Like, that's just humiliating to have someone remind you that it's embarrassing what you asked, as opposed to being mean, just being like, oh, that was really embarrassing for you. Saying that to a man who gets like hyped up, like Julia will do that in a store if a man is being rude to the customer service, this has happened. We're in the line, the person behind us is a man with 2 items and we have 15 items, and he's there's no cash register, there's no other cash registers open, like being like that. Julia will turn around and be like, do you really have to poop? Yeah, because if not, what you're doing is happening outside here. It's embarrassing for you. And she'll do that out loud. It's very fun. It's the confusion. I don't advocate for bullying people, but bullies who have made it through their whole life, which is pretty much boomer men, right? Like 50-year-old plus men have this, they're bullies. Maybe not all of them, but like on average, you know how I say like I'm scared of teenage boys? 50-year-old plus men are bullies. White men, 50-year-old plus white English-speaking men. Let's get our statistics down a little bit. 50 to 75-year-old white English-speaking men in Southern Ontario are bullies, generally. There are exceptions, of course. But because of that, I don't feel bad when Julia gives him a dressing down, you know? The one dressing down that I did that actually worked out, sort of, happened a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, anyway, happened a few weeks ago. I was in a store with Alex. Alex was in the store. I went to the dollar store beforehand and then went to the store that he was in. And they were both in the same plaza. And I got in there and Alex said, oh, you just missed something. A very angry man was just yelling at the cashier. And I said, I looked around next in line who was paying. Uh-oh. You're missing the story? What? Sorry, a glitch happened. You're missing the story? What? Sorry, a glitch happened. You glitched? I glitched. Stop glitching, computer. I'm trying to tell a story. Okay, so went into the store. I said, none of you did anything. And I said it like this. Really? There's like 5 adult men in here and none of you helped? Nobody said anything when the guy started getting rude? That's pretty embarrassing. And the guy who was next in line took that as a direct attack on himself and got really, really upset. Oh, not just me. Okay, my internet has been garbage. Okay. Well, I hope that you're hearing this part because this is a good story. Anyway, he started getting upset, and then he said to the cashier, can you believe her? Fucking idiot, or whatever, something like that, about me. And I said, sir, it seems like you're taking it a little personal. And he said, well, you were talking to me. And I said, I was just talking out loud. The fact that you feel personally attacked tells me that you know it was the wrong thing to do to not stand up when you saw something. And he was like, I have a family. What do you want me to do? Put myself in danger? And I said, no, I just assumed that, you know, you're a big guy. The cashier is a smaller person. Was the other guy, and then I looked at Alex and I said, was he really big and really threatening? And Alex was like, no, he was someone having a hard time. And I was like, okay. And the guy literally was like, he wanted to fight Alex because I made him feel emasculated. And obviously Alex was like, I'm not going to fight you. That's really stupid. We're adults. First of all, what kind of conflict resolution is that? Your wife made me feel emasculated. I want to punch you. Anyway, Alex was like, Laura, don't get into fights with people. You're never going to be the one fighting, so please don't get into fights. And I was like, all right, well. Anyway, that felt good to remember. He was so mad. And I was like, I didn't say it to him. I just said it into the ether. Really, I was talking to Alex. I was facing Alex. Yes, I was speaking loud enough for everyone to hear, but I was saying it to Alex. And the fact that he felt some kind of way about it tells me that dummy knew he should have said something. Anyway, if a woman makes you feel small, don't threaten her partner. That's embarrassing. If a woman makes you feel small, don't threaten her. That's embarrassing.
That's like your opinion.
That's like your opinion, man. You're like my opinion, man. Julia's is wearing off on me. Actually, truly, probably. She was the first person I called. Oh my god, my son's girlfriend would have no problem jumping the guy, and they better look out. Well, this guy was like 6'5". He was probably too big to be feeling emasculated, truly. He could have just laughed it off and been like, yeah, we should have done something. Anyway, have a good night. But instead, who does she think she is? I have a family. Do you want me to just put myself at risk? And I was like, calm down. He got mad because he has yelled at workers before, not because he felt shame for not speaking up. Oh yeah, for sure. But I think I made him feel embarrassed too, which was nice. I like when people who've never felt shame or embarrassment feel it. Insecurity runs deep. So deep. Like, he took none of the other men in the store. There were like 5 men, Alex included. So 4 additional men. This man, 3 additional men, and the cashier were in the store. And nobody else took it very, very deeply personally, but this gentleman did. And when he did, I was ready. I was ready. I was like, let me at him. But don't do that. Don't start conflict in public with strangers. I mean, especially not any of you guys who live in the States. I live in Canada. The worst thing that guy had on him was a knife or a lighter. Like, I wasn't going to get injured. Also, generally, people don't fight to the death in Canada for nothing. Like, random bystanders don't get stabbed. People don't get stabbed in arguments here. Not in my experience. But if you're in the States, definitely do not do that, because you don't know if someone's concealed carry is going there. That's too much for me. That's a risk I don't think I'm able to acknowledge. So I can't live in the States because I will run my mouth and get myself in danger. I've never been punched. I've never punched anyone. I only use my words. And I only use them on adult, straight white men. I will never insult the queer community. I will never insult people of color. I will never insult... Well, does trans considered part of the queer community? You know what I mean. LGBTQ people, people of color, people with disabilities. You guys are safe. It's pretty much exclusively adult, straight, white men. Those are the ones that I feel comfortable confronting for whatever things I feel they need confrontation on. Anybody else is pretty much safe from me. I'm not gonna... Unless they're hurting a child. If you're hurting a child or an animal, I'll come at you. Any one of you. If you're hurting a child or an animal, I will step to you. I don't care who you are. But otherwise, I'm probably not going to. If you're just having... I assume if someone is having a meltdown in public and freaking out at everyone around them, I assume they're having a bad time. Unless it's a straight white man. And then they're not allowed to have a bad time. You have to have a bad time in private. Sorry, you've had public for too long. You've had the public for too long. You now get to have your bad time in private. Everybody else, if they have a meltdown, I forgive it immediately. Everyone can have a bad time. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. This is not... You didn't need to know any of that about me. But now you do. And if you already knew it, thank you for still being here. By the way, click the thumbs up button, please and thank you, because now all of the straight white men are gonna come here and downvote it. No straight white men are watching this podcast. All right, friendship. I love you. I love hanging out with you 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I love this stream. Me too. I love this stream too. I have such a fun time here with you guys. You guys are my buds. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the thumbs up button. If you didn't, click the thumbs down button. Let's see what happens today. I will see you all on Monday. leave a comment later if you're feeling sassy. Or check out my most recent tutorial, which is, I believe, my bookbinding video. So check that out. I rebound an encyclopedia. Encyclopedia. Ugh. Anyway, I think that's all. Have a great weekend. Stay hydrated. Be nice to yourself. And I'll see you on Monday. Okay. Love you. Bye.